What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Presidential Executive. What's going on? It's your boy right here, JB. This is my brother over here, El Presidente Rag. What it do, my brother?
What it do? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my boy. Happy New Year, man. Go ahead and tell them where they can find us at, Rag.
Man, have us through here. Because I'm actually sitting up here. This is crazy because I'm being real diabolical right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to turn my volume down on this thing because I'm trying to post it. Hey,
we good.
Man, y'all can find us on, remember, it's no longer Google. It's YouTube.
Yep.
Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Spotify, and
Stitcher. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man, it's been a crazy start of the year, man. Crazy start of the year. Been busy. Been a lot going on. First, I do want to put out there, you know, if you saw on social media, I am the FACS tennis coach.
I did.
Head coach over there. I put you as one of my references. I don't know if they called you or not. No? Okay. So yeah, I'm would be the tennis coach over at First Assembly Christian School over there.
Walnut Grove and
yep,
kind of close to Walnut Grove and Sanger.
Yep, pretty much right next door to Hope.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a lot of shaking and moving, and you know, we get into the other stuff in that later. Actually, I did not notice it. You got your Frisco thing on.
Oh, yeah,
then it matches.
At all. We are not in the playoffs at all. That's okay. We're looking forward to the draft.
Yeah, but I'm saying the glasses match.
Mm-hmm.
Match the
fit. And I appreciate you for that, sir.
Oh yeah, no.
Thank you for your contributions to the ministry.
Yeah, my guy. Glad to contribute. We got a lot going on, man. Because I know I hit you, and I was like, because sometimes I try to put stuff like on the back burner, or just put it in there so I can think about it. Mm-hmm. Stuff that's been going on, because there's so much stuff.
Right.
And then other stuff going on, so I can't keep up. But I was just like, man, what, kind of what we talk about. And so that's why I hit you. And so you refreshed my mind about certain things that.
One thing, then you think about 4 or 5 other things.
Right.
Happen, yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff kind of going. But I want to start with the quickies first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got a lot.
We got to smash and pass on these.
Yeah.
You didn't have these on, and so like
we got.
So we, because again, over the past, I guess, couple of weeks, we had, New Year's, we had Christmas, and that they fell on the days where we record. So man, we always salute those people who have gone on to be, hopefully, with the Most High.
For sure.
But man, rest in peace to former President Jimmy Carter. Mm-hmm. Man, he was I don't want to miss the number, but he was the president right before Reagan.
Yeah, right before, 80, 81, 82.
Right. And he still was very active as far as just social justice, as far as for the United States, just really being a force for positive, for morals, for values and things like that. And so anytime he lived to be 100, man.
100, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He lived to be 100, which is anybody that lived to be 100 either.
It's crazy.
He was an obedient child, or he got favor, or what. You know what I'm saying? But to live to be that long, is definitely a blessing. And then he was still, when you would see him, he was very lucid and stuff like that. Like he wasn't like old and not himself, or like he acted younger than Moneybag Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like
everybody does.
But salute to him. Also the guy, I don't want to miss his last name, but the group Sam and Dave had the hit song "I'm a Soul Man."
Okay. I'm a soul man. Okay.
Yeah. Soul man.
Right.
He just passed.
Okay.
And he worked with the who's who of R&B, pop, a legendary person. And so salute to him, and all his contributions.
Hold on, let's stop for a minute. Get your I ain't even got you. Oh look, I was like, you ain't hooked up. All right. Okay.
Okay, you got me in there. I'm in there.
Got you in there.
Okay. So yeah, my bad, man. I'm going in, so I ain't gonna do the whole spiel that I just did. But I guess if they didn't catch it again, y'all can catch us on Google, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Stitcher. And we're doing our quickies first.
Yeah.
We gave a salute to former President Jimmy Carter. Rest in peace to him. Also, you know this guy's face, but he's been in like every movie.
Yep.
Art Evans just passed,
Yep.
and he was in that movie A Soldier Story. He was in one of the Die Hard movies. He's always playing. Oh, he was the dad in CB4.
Okay.
Chris Rock's dad in CB4. Like he's been in some of everything.
Yeah.
And again, legendary black actor, very character actor, but again, he's been in every movie ever. And then we talked about the guy from Sam from the group Sam and Dave. That was an R&B duo, and Sam Moore is his name. Mm-hmm. And he sang the song Soul Man, and everybody knows the song. He was 89. Okay. And like I said, he worked with a who's who of R&B, soul, and man, salute to those gentlemen who made an impact, whether it be politics, social justice, music, the arts. Touched a lot of lives. We enjoyed their music, we enjoyed their policies, we enjoyed their movies, and so we salute to those people, and hopefully, when it's our turn, somebody salutes us as well.
Yeah.
All right. So for these quickies, man, we smashing or dashing.
With some of them, a couple of them we can kind of dive in.
Okay,
not a full dive.
Yeah, you said okay.
Because that's why I put the stuff in the
quickies, and that fits.
Yeah.
Not a full dive.
Not a full dive. Just kind of. It depends. Some of them will be smash or dash, but you know what I mean. But I know
some of them you might actually get in the bed. You're not just bending over the counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of them, just depends. You know what I mean? Because some of them could have been. Actual topic, you know what I mean? But I know like one of the ones, the wildfires in LA and California, it's now, we can go deep dive in that when we talk about the political side of this and all the stuff that kind of happened to kind of make some of this stuff happen with the mayor, with the budget cuts, the 18 million budget cuts with the fire department that they made in the past year or so. We know about Governor Newsom, the mess that he's been doing. For years and decades and stuff, but prayers to those in Cali. I got a lot of family out there. I know you got some family out there. I checked on a few of my people out there. The people that I knew in my family, they weren't affected. They was on the north side, so that's kind of away from some of the flames. But then you still see a lot of the debris, the smoke in the air, and all that stuff. I saw Mike Scott put something up because he out there in L.A.
Right.
I don't think he's been affected, but everybody see kind of what's going on. It's just unfortunate, man. I hate to see anything like that. Then I'm getting the details of it. It's like 80 miles per hour winds to go with the flames and stuff, and so you can see how quickly the flames can consume stuff. Yeah. So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's kind of wild, man.
Right, and that actually, those winds will be feeding the fire, actually. So, yeah, that's definitely something serious.
Yep. So, on that, and so this next one is quickie. Drake. Drake withdraws his lawsuit over the Kendrick diss. I think that actually happened today. Quick thoughts?
I mean, it's about damn time. Hell, I mean, you can't, a lot of people like to throw a rock and hide their hand. Some people need to stay in their lane. You're great at what you do. Battling niggas is not it. You got in one fight where you threw a good punch. You know what I'm saying? And so you start thinking you could fight.
Yeah.
No, you just fought somebody who you could beat up. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you're a good fighter. You just fought somebody you could beat up.
Now he can pretty much battle, I think, anybody else. That was what we were talking about. Like Kendrick was just a whole different beast. But like you said, he was battling the other people. Pusha did win that battle. You know what I'm saying, when they did that. So it just seemed he was kind of really feeling himself. Right. And then pride came before the fall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Very, very much so. So
I mean, but you gotta look, like, people wasn't paying attention to Joe Budden then, but if you go listen to some of Joe Budden's disses on Drake, like, he didn't even respond. So that was kind of his best tactic. Because now if you make people start actually listening to what Joe is saying, and again, Joe had gotten to a point to where he was more of a niche thing, to where if you was already rocking with him, you're rocking with him, but if you're not, people wasn't just picking up to start rocking with him.
Right.
But if he had responded, and then so now people will start going tit for tat to listen to what he's saying, that wasn't something that he wanted to do. So he just didn't even respond. Eventually, And I ain't gonna lie, Joe put out like 6, 7 different joints where he was at him, but Drake didn't even respond. But again, not a fight you can win. He just let the bully be outside. Come on outside, and Drake didn't come outside, but he didn't get his ass whooped. But like
he
when you
thought
go
he
back,
was too good for him,
right,
or too big, I guess, probably for Joe.
But when you look at like Common, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
He lost verse Common. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even really. When the man told him he would Canada Dry, like, come on, man. So it's kind of one of those things where every time he's gotten into a situation or with somebody, with the exception of Meek Mill, and he went at the wrong one, and so the tactic that he has used for years,
Definitely.
now you're saying, oh, y'all did this for him, and it's like you got to think about the logic of that. You're on ultimately the same parent label. So why would the parent label be pushing somebody who essentially you feeding the whole label? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense logically for them to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then when you actually when they did look at the research of it and everything like that, like it wasn't like what he was saying. Oh, they was paying bots or whatever he claimed they were doing. And so that was just stupid, and it just makes him look worse. You know, the best thing he can do is just make an album or make some songs, making love to the ladies.
Yeah, and I think one of the things somebody mentioned to me, which made sense, I'm like, he probably withdrew it as well because he want to drop some music on that infrastructure, on that label that gave him all that money. So if you have a lawsuit against that particular label, they're not gonna be letting you probably dropping music like that because you're suing them. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even in his best interest in the first place to do it. We talked about that. I said it was probably the most light-skinned move.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Extremely light-skinned.
Of 2024, and maybe even the last decade. But so I'm glad they did that. This next one here, this quickie, DJ Academics snitching on Bron being unfaithful and how he should have Drake's back more. He did a whole live, talking about what was the freestyle called? Conductor freestyle. I heard some of it, and he was. A lot of people alluding to that he was talking about Brun, and then now it was just a alleged. People didn't know who he was talking about. Now then, DJ Academics came out on the live and pretty much saying, "No, he talking about Brun," and so a lot of people are saying maybe Drake put the battery in Academics back to go out there and spill the beans on that.
Right.
And so for me, like we talk about Brun on here a lot of ingest, a lot of jokes. A lot of it not jokes, La Flop, that's a real thing, you know what I mean? But, telling on a man, breaking up his family, potentially, doing that stuff, that's like, that's some real slimy business, bro.
Right.
Like I'm not for that. I'm not with, even though you might have some stuff with him, like to me, this speaks to, I think, Drake in a sense, because he got in his feelings about, because LeBron always danced, carefree spirit, doing all this stuff. And so him dancing to a song and doing all that, obviously Drake got in his feelings with it. So it was, I don't like DJ Academics going there with it. I think it's kind of going against the bro code.
Yeah.
And it's, even if you're not cool with that person, it's like, I'm not going to break up a family. You know what I'm saying? And plus, your son is in the NBA. Your other son just committed to Arizona. And so they're on social media. They hear things. So it's just, I don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
I mean, and you know what? And, man, congrats to Bryce James on that because,
Salute.
Arizona is a way better basketball school than USC was. And,
very much so.
Have a huge pedigree, way more players that's made it to the NBA. So hopefully Bryce does his thing.
Yep.
I don't even so. Two wrongs don't make a right. So to your point, you dealt with Act, but like my thing is like, let's just say Drake was talking about Bron.
In freestyle,
and all Act is doing is just saying this is who he's talking about. To your point, well, nobody knew for sure. We could speculate, but when you do that, you are creating a problem where it may not have been a problem. Going back to the most, and I don't even like, we say that in just like the most light skinned thing you could do. But I don't have nothing against, because my dad light skinned, all my brothers damn near light skinned. Like, some of our closest compadres is light skinned, like, and they don't do these shenanigans.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody ain't built the same.
right, and man, I just don't. If I'm gonna say who you are, I'm gonna say who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna dance around it. I'm not gonna slick this, sneak this.
That's what Kendrick said in the bar, didn't it? They ain't gonna sing it. He's gonna
Right.
be direct.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, or even if I don't say your name, it's direct enough where everybody knows.
Yeah.
It ain't no speculation. Like when he said it ain't no big three.
Because my bad, but I just want to say he did say in one of the bars, he was like messing up your clean image, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously somebody that has a clean image and this, and so we can all speculate, like you said. But some people think he was talking about DeMar DeRozan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Speculate that, but nobody really care about DeMar like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he's not. Yeah, he's not looked at like. I mean, he's
Yeah.
Unless he played for your team. You know, like some people who were fans of the Raptors. You know, probably rock with him for a few years. You know, some Bulls fans rock with him. But to your point, while he's had a stellar career, it might be Hall of Fame because of his numbers at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like impact wise, like I don't think it's been Hall of Fame impact wise. I mean, like now when you just look at the numbers, he gonna have a bunch of points. He gonna have a bunch of different accolades. But it's like he ain't really moved the needle. Mm-hmm. So to your point, whoever he's talking about has been somebody who moves the needle. Mm-hmm. And it was already speculated he was in his feelings about Bron dancing to. The song. I mean, again,
not like us.
Yeah,
not like us. Yeah.
And again, I'm all for the broker. Like I'm just for the code of if it ain't my business. And we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my own, dog. Like, look, I'm not finna go upside a nigga head and then I'm in jail and then y'all back boot up. Now, certain things you can't do in my face, but. You ain't finna come to me and have me go on a dummy mission, crashing out, involving myself or maybe some of my homeboys, and we go ride on somebody, and then now we sitting up in jail and y'all back going together, and I'm looking like a dummy. Mm-hmm. And then I done brought y'all in on the dummy mission, and y'all did it on the strength of our relationship, but again, you back. So, like, if it ain't my business, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I got a relationship with you, I may say something to you,
right?
But it ain't my place to... You know what I'm saying? Do that because you don't know what the other person doing.
Yeah.
So you call yourself trying to say, oh, you can't do her like that, and she might be doing some stuff, or oh, you can't do him like that, but he got hoes on the side. Like if it ain't your business, stay the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I don't. Again, you're in your feelings because you started something, and to be honest, everybody looking at right now, he been throwing shots at Kendrick.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, definitely.
He just like again, Kendrick would say stuff like, hey, if you're talking about me, say me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but and that's why it never escalated to the point that it did. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, okay, now we know we talking about each other specifically. So let's go, let's squabble. And you lost.
Yeah. Even this, like it was. Without a doubt, like even people, we had Grant here. Now Grant for a while was like, oh man, no, he didn't love. Now Grant is like, yeah, bro, like he, what I'm saying, he held on to it as long as he could. Even the most dear Drake fans were like, bro, no, but it's like, nah.
No, I knew it was something serious when Mikey was like, Drake lost. I knew it was something serious because Mikey was on.
Yeah,
Mike was like Drake fan number one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Number one.
Shout out to my little cuz. Shout out to Mikey Christian. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, but yeah. Yep. I mean, it's. I mean, again, like I'm glad he dropped the lawsuit. Stop throwing disses at other people. LeBron is a billionaire, Drake. You're not. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like he dealing with a different level of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just not good because all the information academics put out there talking about what Drake was doing for LeBron, like calling women for him to help him cheat and do all this stuff, putting more information out there. It was just pretty. It was pretty wild. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not with that. This next quickie here, Angel Reese. Angel Reese deletes her IG. This was a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I think she deleted it. I think maybe the fire started when Shaq was on there, and Shaq was talking about her wearing booty shorts and dunking, and so how much the sponsors and money will come if, you know what I'm saying, she do that. And then other people kept, and she was on Wildin' Out. I think she had on some real revealing on Wildin' Out, revealing chest, you know what I'm saying, thighs, booty, all that stuff. And so she came out with something. Maybe it was New Year's Eve or on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people really got on her talking about that she ain't really want to be a really great basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of the things we've talked about. I know you talked about several times, just about, you know, how women can wear certain things and flaunt themselves on social media, on Instagram, and do this stuff, and then when the dude comments on it and likes what he sees, and that's kind of all that they see you as, you know what I'm saying, then you kind of got a problem, like, no, I'm a hooper, this, like, but it's levels to it, right? It's levels to it. And so I think part of the reason she deleted, not the next time she came out that I saw her on IG, she was on somebody else's IG, and she was all covered up or whatever and doing that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe she's come to a different position of how she's wearing certain things or whatever. I don't know.
Man, look, I don't, and we've said this before, ladies, don't be ashamed of, if you are attractive, if you're blessed, don't be ashamed of that. Now let me take the shades off so you can look into my eyeballs, so you can see my face. And you know, man, again, shout out to my brother, man, blessed me with the gold, you know, and it matched the good 49ers gear, so I had to rock the Coach Prime shades.
Salute.
Ladies, y'all cannot be afraid to show, if you got it, baby, flaunt it. Okay, like we talked about, you know what I'm saying, what will make guys watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, now again, and this is just me. I don't know what it is. Like, Angel Reese isn't my cup of tea, but I would be lying if I said that she's not attractive.
Yeah, she's definitely attractive.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be lying if I said that she doesn't have certain things that make her appealing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be lying if I said, like, if I ran across her in the street and she was trying to, you know, how, like, hell, at least for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, you know, the whole life thing, but at least for that day, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with any woman, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. If you got it, baby, flaunt it. But at the same time, you got to remember, you got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never got no complaints. But as far as I know, ain't no dick pics out there of me. But if they come out, I ain't shame. It is what it. But guess what? It's gonna be some people to be like, "Ooh, okay, I see you." Be like, "Oh, I see why they call you Big Rag." It's gonna be other people to be like, "Man, he ain't bigger than me. That nigga ain't big enough to do porn."
Yeah.
And I got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Like, I'm content with ain't nobody on my body count complaining. So the rest of you niggas that ain't, you know what I'm saying, that don't know, the rest of you niggas that's mad because your girl liking it, I will take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But again, you're deleting your IG. That's counterproductive. Because why do you think you're getting the sponsorships? Because you are a beautiful woman.
You get money on IG.
You got the personality.
Yeah.
People want to see you. Yep. And I'm sorry, like, the personality helps because that means you're personable. That means you know you can do interviews and everything like that. But if you look like Shrek, like, I'm sorry, nobody would care about your personality. When you say, "Hey, JB, I'm gonna introduce you to my homegirl," and you say, "What she look like?" and I say she got a good personality, that means you're probably not gonna be attracted to her. Yeah. So we don't care that you got a good personality. We care because you're fine. Yep. Man, maximize that because you got a window, because you will never be as beautiful as you are right now. Yep. And like I tell my kids when they make the little pouty face, you will always be my baby, but you was a lot cuter yesterday. Don't you ever forget that. Because as you keep getting older, they get their facial hair. You're not that little baby I used to hold and run and give me a hug when I walk through the door. Like, your antics tomorrow ain't going to be what you can get away with today. So I think that it's counterproductive to be deleting your IG. You got to take the good with the bad. You got to take the love with the hate. You know what I'm saying? Your mentality, like, I did this at work the other day. That was because it was I'm going through some stuff at work. And one of the older ladies was like, "I know you don't care." I said, "You know how I approached it?" I ain't going to say her name. But I said, "You know how I approached it, Miss Such and Such?" I said, I looked in my pockets and I was like, "Oh." I said, "I'm all out of fucks to give." And that's how I deal with the trolls. That's how I deal with the hate. That's how I deal with when somebody just like, wait a minute. All out of fucks to give. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a you problem. You deal with that. If I said it, I'm gonna stand behind it. I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? And if it is something bad, I don't have a problem saying I stand corrected. Forgive me, my bad. I'll do better, whatever. But and I'm sorry, I did have to take a little dive into that one.
Yeah, you dipped into it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I had to stand up and.
Now, speaking of no F's to gives, Kurt Franklin, you know what I mean? He apologized, Twerk Franklin, apologized for his inappropriate closing on stage. I think he came out with an end of the year thing, I guess, on his YouTube channel or whatever, and he was apologizing. You like that?
That was something they said. Twerk Franklin.
Twerk Franklin.
Oh.
So, he apologized for, being, very inappropriate, with clothing on. They showed one of them where he was in Jamaica wearing some tight shorts and a wife beater, one of his songs, Hosanna. You know what I'm saying? Like really getting it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing the whole, doing one of your moves.
You said he put the whole Hosanna. I had to come back.
Good. You did
it with the Twerk Franklin. I was like, oh, let me join in.
Yeah, you did. Hosanna.
Yeah, right.
You did that. So, yeah, he apologized for the twerk. So you smashed a dash on that.
I mean, it's like I say dash, but I got to explain why I'm dashing.
Okay.
Like, as much crap as he done over the years.
It's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that it's genuine.
Yeah.
I think it's because you're pandering, to the backlash of people saying it. And you knew you're not 21-year-old Kirk Franklin no more. You're not the Kirk Franklin that fell off the stage at the... the Orpheum or the cooking video when he was down here years ago when we was like kids, and he wanted to sue the city because you know what I'm saying. The crazy thing is they were singing melodies from heaven, and he got down to the part where he said "rain down on me." He fell off on the "rain down on me," so it was, ironic. That. But you know what I'm saying. Like you've been a habitual line stepper,
very much.
So now you at almost 60 years old, you don't know that what you're wearing when you're on stage to perform for You're singing gospel music. You don't know that that's inappropriate. It's a certain level of decorum. Like I knew when I was teaching, and we weren't talking about the Most High or anything necessarily faith related. And there was certain stuff we didn't wear.
Right.
Even when we did this thing called First Fridays, where the first Friday every month we could basically wear what we wanted. So like I could come, on the first Friday, like I could wear this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, it's just a sweatshirt with my team. I had my hat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw when I came in, had the good Scottie Pippens on. You know what I'm saying? The Pip Sixes, yeah.
Okay.
Like, with the red and black, so it's matching. But it's like, okay, I'm comfortable, but it wasn't unprofessional. It's not like I came to work with, I'm working with kids and I got jogging pants with no drawers on, and I'm like, oh, I'm coming to teach. Man, I wish a nigga would, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking to take my kid to school, and you come out there flopping. Like, no, hell no, yeah, we ain't going to school today. You know what I'm saying? We might be transferring school.
Right.
Like, you knew better when you had that on.
Yeah.
And nobody told you that.
Well, they on the payroll.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, it's like, you make a lot of excuses up with that, but, it is what it is. I was dash on that, but like I said, he just said Captain Obvious, you know what I'm saying? It was no defending none of that stuff that's been going on, and so many people have been making memes and stuff about that for years, and so he just pretty much addressed the elephant in the room, you know what I mean? So it was it was what it was. This next one here, now this is a Daystar update, really quick. Daystar update, y'all know those shenanigans was going on. Made a couple of videos about that. Big names like Joyce Meyer, Jesse Duplantis, they're taking their program off of the network pending the charges and stuff was going on with the SA with the girl. So I'm all for that because I was wondering about certain things like that because the evidence is pretty overwhelming with the tapes out, with the other stuff that's out there as far as the evidence, and so I am happy that people are kind of coming off Daystar at least until some of this stuff kind of get resolved.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know where I stand on that, man. I don't play about
no doubt
any abuse, especially children first, women second, and then everybody else But I don't. Again, like, because a child is innocent, they're naive, they can't defend them, and a lot of times they're more scared to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like they blame themselves a lot of times. You know what I'm
She's
saying? And
quiet
so,
now. She's not even
right.
saying anything at all.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying? So like this young girl now is potentially scarred for life.
Yeah, man.
Years of prayer, years of therapy, years of trying to get delivered from this situation from people who were supposed to protect her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, like I said, I don't have any tolerance. Uh, you know, while I do believe in forgiveness, I believe
No
that,
doubt.
he's going to forgive us all if we ask for it. If it just so happened that dude end up going to hell, I ain't going to say I'm going to lose no sleep over it. That's how I'm going to leave it at that.
Right. Yeah. So that situation is coming off. And actually, a quick note, they put something out on X, what used to be Twitter, and Daystar was talking about how it's a pending investigation with the police department, and they're on it, and that police department in Dallas or in Texas came out and rebutted, was like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not currently on an investigation, but we do hope they, come to grips and make a, independent investigation. So literally Daystar got caught, wetting the bed, saying certain things that are not true, to cover themselves. This next one real quick, CT the God, Charlemagne criticizes people for arguing and ruining friendships over politics when Trump and Obama were seen having a laughing moment during Jimmy Carter's funeral services. What say you, Rag?
I mean, well, my thoughts.
I know.
I mean,
know.
they all together anyway. I mean, but which is why I think it's stupid for people to lose friendships over. And that's the crazy part. These politicians got more sense than we do, because at the end of the day, they're all wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know of any president that ever died broke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And so if you are a senator or a governor or something like that, you're on the Senate, you're in the House of Representatives. Like, if you die broke, it's because you did some dumb shit. It ain't gonna be because you just ran out of money. It's because you was spending frivolously. You had some type of bad habit. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a bunch of babies that don't nobody know about. Complete side note, I don't think Drake should be talking about anybody's family, but sorry, I had to go back to that. Like, you got the sound effect.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, again, I feel like they're all together. You know what I'm saying? They all go to the same country clubs. They're in the same social circles. They play golf together. They don't really hate each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like a sparring match. They get out there and they argue and they're sparring, and we think, oh, they don't like each other. And then once the camera's off, it's like the episode of the Boondocks where CeeLo was playing the guy that was supposed to be like, what's my boy name? Al Sharpton. He was Reverend Rollo Goodlove, and then
Allie.
like, you know what I'm saying? They had the white chick like Ann Coulter, and they was arguing. I mean, they cussing each other out, and then as soon as the camera was going off, the Ann Coulter chick, her Rollo, he's like, Ann, what's up, baby? And they hug, and Huey them looking like, hold up, what? And then they had the Ann Coulter chick like, with a black dude, you know what I'm saying? And she's supposed to be this staunch, Republican, black people are an enemy, and her baby daddy or whatever. Like, it was crazy. But that's how it is in real life. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's stupid to lose friends or family members over something that the people who we are arguing about don't even care about themselves.
Yep, my point as well. Like, I can't tell you, I thought we were friends on social media. I go back and I see add a friend, just from the whole last few months, you know what I'm saying, from the whole election stuff, and people deleted me or blocked me, because of certain views that I said. And so, like, it is what it is. But I think CT the God, I brought that up because I thought he made a good point of you trying to ruin our friendship or, delete me on social media, you know what I'm saying? But these people right here are, you know what I'm saying, doing what they do regardless. And so it's just a waste of energy. And I'm actually I smashed that on with CT the God doing that. Next one here, Gelo. Whoa. I don't know. You heard the song? Hey, Rag. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I want to hear your thoughts now. Now, clearly, Now, if you listen to the lyrics, he got a Memphis twin or something he was talking about in there because the dude he messed with used to play ball from Memphis. I forgot the dude's name. That's one of the lyrics he said, I think, in the first verse or whatever. Now, it does sound like 2000-ish, like from '02 to '07-ish type vibe, you know, but also he's rapping some too. He's just not mumbling and doing like he actually is saying something. I think it was the most streamed song, I think 2 weeks in a row. I think he's
he surpassed a lot of people.
Yeah.
He surpassed a lot of people. That's what they do for a living.
He got invited to Rolling Loud. If people don't know what Rolling Loud is, that's a huge one of the biggest probably hip hop concert of the year. Right. So, you know, and you know, you give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that I will listen to often or something like that? Probably not, but is it bumping? Did I hear it? Is it catchy? Did I hear it? And it got me saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, then my other kids, you know, they don't even know what I'm saying. They just saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Daddy saying, whoa. You know what I mean? So it's catchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think he got a deal with Def Jam for like 9 figures. You know what I'm saying? Album, and they got Born to Ball, his own label. And quick note with their song Tweaker, Lonzo wrote it. Leangelo arranged it. And I think his dad, you know, doing the business side on it. So again,
LeVar Ball never lost.
Never lost. Never lost. Keeping it all in the family. So I'm smashing this with the song, bro. I'm smashing.
I mean, I just, you know what? I really want to see, man, and maybe this is where Michael B. Jordan wins an Oscar. Like whenever they do the story, you know, like they had the King Richard. When they do the movie called Never Lost, you know what I'm saying? The LeVar Ball, you know what I'm saying, about LeVar Ball, and you know what I'm saying, like Michael B. Jordan, you know what I'm saying, as LeVar Ball, you know, like Jonathan Majors as Jason Whitlock. He gonna have to put on some weight for that role, but
not my boy Whit.
No, I mean, no, I'm joking. But no, like, I mean, again, people criticize LeVar Ball, and I don't think he gets enough credit.
I don't think he is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not just, and it wasn't just his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was there for other people's kids too. We heard him talking about his boys all the time, but there's a lot of other people's kids that he got college scholarships, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because people didn't like him. Yeah. You know, but, and granted, all three of his sons did play in the NBA. Gelo had the shortest career, but he said it. I mean, the only thing I don't like for him, because I still really feel like had Charlotte or even Chicago or even when Lonzo was in New Orleans, had they really gave Gelo an opportunity, I would have really liked to see him play with his brothers. Yep. Because you saw what they did. They took an unknown high school, and what they did together, like, was unprecedented. Like, I would still love to see Lonzo.
They went undefeated, right?
Yeah.
They went undefeated, yeah.
And then, like, I want to say, like, they record, because it was a year where it was just Lonzo and Gelo, and then it was a year where all three of them was together. Yep. But, like, and then LaMelo was in the 8th grade playing up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, with them. But, like, well, no, I want to say I think he played 8th grade when Lonzo was a junior, and then when Lonzo was a senior. Mm-hmm. And
he played some varsity games when 8th grade. He wasn't officially on the team.
And then Gelo was a junior, and he was a freshman. But, like, all together they went, like, in 2 seasons, like, I want to say it's like 59-1 or something like that. Like, it was a crazy thing of, like, and you ain't heard about Chino Hill since. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, the points that they was dropping, and the points that they was averaging per game, and like yep. I would just have loved to see them together and what that looked like, because his game, he ain't the defender. No. That Lonzo is. He ain't spectacular like LaMelo is, yeah. But he's the scorer.
He's a scorer.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that if he's in a spot where Lonzo feeding him the rock, you know what I'm saying? Or they on a fast break and LaMelo throwing him, like, I think that you would see, like, oh, this dude can. Basketball, any team sport, is all about systems. And I think that with the success of his songs and stuff, and I'm happy for him, I hope it works out. But, like,
I think that his hoop dream is officially dead at this point.
No, this is officially his lane.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he can hang basketball up.
Yeah, I think this is officially his lane. So yeah, salute to Gelo on that. Next we recruit now Elliot Wilson. I know you know who Elliot Wilson is. Elliot Wilson is is still a journalist. He used to be XXL back in the day, or Source, one of them. He was the editor in chief.
I think it was double XL.
I think it was double XL too. He
did like the Raps Radar thing as well.
He recently was on Roy Mall podcast criticizing Cam, and really he was just hating. You know what I mean? Really just hating. I don't know if you saw it actually. And he was on Cam's personal show this couple days ago, actually yesterday, and just pretty much kissed the ring. You know what I mean? It was like admitted that he was hating. That wasn't his intent. And so I'm smashing on that. I'm smashing on that just because it did seem like he was kind of hating. It was like the old like get off my lawn type situation because he hasn't adapted to what's going on with the media now because it's not written, it's not print anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just video content and just getting it out there as quick as possible. So yeah, what you think about that? Quick.
No, I mean you know, when you can admit to and be accountable to your mistakes or your faults, you know, I rock with it.
For sure. Now this next one, I was just kind of got privy to this. Brandon Jennings on the Gilbert Arena show got on Jason Tatum. He said he's the softest Celtics superstar ever. It went on a real good rant, really good rant. Like I ain't gonna get deep into it, but I'm dashing on that. I think he's misinformed with just really kind of doing stuff for clicks on that. I don't really like it.
Brandon Jennings was somebody who.
You're cold now.
Have you ever seen the movie Along Came Polly? Being still a movie?
Nope.
You got to watch it. It's one of the most hilarious movies ever.
What's it called?
Along Came Polly. It was kind of like after that movie, There's Something About Mary. It was kind of along the same veins of that or whatever, but it's a character in there who he played in the movie when he was like 12. And he still thought he was a superstar at like 35. And the deal is, nobody knew he was still alive. Like, nobody cared. Yeah. But when they would see him, it's like, hey, ain't you that kid from that movie? And he was like, oh, yeah, you want an autograph? Like, oh, no, we thought you died. You know, and that was like the little running gag. But, like, at the end, he get roasted by being still his dad. And he's like, you did this movie 100 years ago that nobody cares about. And you still think you better than everybody else. And he was like, man, you had a hell of a ride, but, like, let it go. And he said, but did I tell you, you know, you were funny as hell in that scene where you were playing those bagpipes. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that was a good thing. Like, Brandon Jennings, you was a rookie. You dropped 55.
He did.
Man, that was freaking amazing. When you was at Oak Hill, like, you was one of the greatest. I mean, I'm not going to say you was better than Rod Strickland there or Rondo. But, like, because Oak Hill had some dudes now.
It was close. He was killing. He was killing.
I mean, but y'all got beat by Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, his junior year.
And Derrick Rose and some dudes.
Yeah.
Everybody on that Oak Hill team made it to the NBA.
Yep.
Derrick Rose Simeon team was Derrick Rose. Shout out to Mo Miller. I think the only person who gave Derrick Rose some work was Mo Miller when he played for Raleigh.
Yep.
You know, the Memphis boy, Memphis stand-up, who played at Georgia Tech.
I think he was in 8th grade. I think they said that story on Jeff T podcast.
Who?
When Mo was in 8th grade, that's when it
No, I'm saying they played. No, they played at Simeon. Like when Raleigh played Simeon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Raleigh played Simeon
in high school.
Yeah, because that was like they were like Derrick Rose was number 1 point guard in the United States, and I want to say Mo was like number 3.
Okay.
And so like that's why it was a big thing because it's like you got 2 of the top 5 players in their position, you know, going head to head. But like I said, I digress on that. But Brandon Jennings, man, you had your NBA career was not stellar. Like again, now your rookie year was.
Yeah.
You know, he had a year where he played in Detroit where it was like, you know what I'm saying? But like again, it was based off of your athleticism.
Yeah.
And once you tore your knee up, you know what I'm saying? Like the rest of your game wasn't good enough to where you could still be dominant in spite of my knee being jacked up. And I think that's a problem a lot of times when you're a supreme athlete. You don't develop those other skills to where, okay, it don't matter that my knee fucked up. Like, you ain't got the Kobe in you. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe, when his athleticism left, he was still extremely fundamental.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times he's still, and I think Gil does it sometimes too. You had a good run, but you didn't have your whole career wasn't that run.
Right.
You taking that, I was good in this moment, and so now again, you know more than we do.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna always concede to Brandon Jennings, to Rashad McCants, to Kenya Martin, to Swaggy P, to what's my girl Cheryl Swoops, Lexi Brown, who can do no wrong, by the way. But I'm gonna concede to y'all. Y'all know more. Y'all went way further than my backyard ass did. But again, let's just keep it a buck. You're acting like Jason Tatum has already surpassed you.
Oh, yeah.
On every level.
Miles.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now again, you might have had a better high school career than him.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't really have a better college career than him because you didn't go.
Nope.
So now you go college, NBA, he's already surpassed you.
Yeah.
Champion, all NBAs, Olympics.
Yep.
You know, all-star. Like, he's already surpassed you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, to me, it just sounds like sour grapes. It sounds like, you know, again, you're bitter about whatever. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry I went in on that, but like I just don't like because a lot of times they do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they really be going in on people, and it's like sometimes it's really sour grapes.
Yeah. Okay. This thing that went off. I don't know if I think we still alive with that. Okay. So yeah, I think the next one, if I remember right, I'm about to put this back on, was my guy, Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Prime. Coach Prime is a candidate. Jerry Jones called him the other day, I think, about being the next head coach of my Cowboys. And we talked about that before. We can go a deep dive in that, but we're not going to do that because we already been kind of long doing this.
Right.
But am I
Like
smashing or dashing it? You know what I'm going to do.
You should dash on it, but I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I can't. Dash
unfortunately, like what she wearing, and you ain't gonna let her walk out the house without saying something.
Yeah, I'm definitely smashing it, bro. I'm definitely smashing it, just because I think it's a good match. Like I said, I think it's a good match. I think they can kind of go off each other, but at the end of the day, there's some other candidates out there. But we'll see. But am I smashing or dashing when it comes to Coach Prime being the next Cowboys coach? I am with it. What say you?
No, you know what I said. I think that if Stephen Jones was running the Cowboys, I think that Prime nobody's better than Prime. I think that, with the exception of some horrible organizations, as far as the organization being ran, like the Chicago Bears, like the Cleveland Browns, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that the team is bad, but like the decisions that are made like are horrible. I think that Prime would succeed anywhere. I don't think that he would do much better than what McCarthy did or anybody else, simply because the problem with Dallas, and I think you're starting to see that now, and a lot of other Cowboys fans are starting to see that now, is Jerry. It's not the job of the Cowboys. It's not that people really just dislike Dallas because it's Dallas. It's Jerry. It's like even when y'all don't make the playoffs, the guy doesn't shut up. Even when y'all only win 4 games, he doesn't shut up. Even when, like, it's just, you want to hear the coach, and Jerry has to be the first person that's heard. You know, like, the whole reason why the dynasty got blown up is because, and I forget, I think it was either Michael Irvin or Troy Aikman. Somebody was telling a story that they were doing a dinner after they won their second Super Bowl. And with Jimmy, and Jerry stood up and said, "Oh man, even I could coach this team to a Super Bowl."
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Jimmy kind of was like, so basically, you saying, and the deal was Jerry was feeling some type of way because everybody was like, "Man, look at Jimmy Johnson put together a winner. Man, the Cowboys, man, they're gonna be at the top for the next decade." You know what I'm saying? Like, he know how to pick a team. Da 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 da, and like Jerry's like, "Oh, it ain't you, it's me." Instead of looking at it like, man, you know what? I turned this joint around. it's just $1 billion franchise now. And as long as I keep him in, it's gonna keep get like. Could you imagine? Y'all worth $10 billion now.
Yep.
Could you imagine what y'all would be worth if y'all had won another 2 Super Bowls?
Yep.
In the 90s or maybe one in the 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all might be worth 20.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It might not would have been a Patriots dynasty.
Yeah. So you're dashing.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, because again, I just don't think that. I think it would be it's a sexy hire. You know what I'm saying? Like Prime got roots in Texas.
Yeah, he lived there.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he made a good portion of his career in Dallas. Oh, you know, he can't do no wrong in my eyes. Now I will call out something if I don't think it's right, but you know, he got us helped us get another championship. You know, in '94. You know what I'm saying? We had like the best defense in the league that year. Mm-hmm. Certainly the best secondary, you know, in the league. Mm-hmm. So I'm always rock with him because of that. But at the same time, I don't think it would be a good look for him because I think that whatever camaraderie or friendship they have, it would lose very quickly. Because you got to remember, him and Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. I think they were roommates in college, and they played on the Arkansas football team together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was college teammates and I think college roommates. Yeah. So they go all the way back to like the 40s. Yeah. Yep. You know, or whenever it was they played. Hell, it was a long time ago. It was when Jim Crow was still in there, so you know it was a long ass time ago. But that's your boy, and you cut the head off your boy. So now, what you gonna do to, you know, Prime or whoever else? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to see Prime go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just.
I'm willing to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? I know things can go south. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? No risk, no big risk, no real reward. You know what I mean? So I know all that you said can be true, but you know, I'm with it. I'm interested to see.
In the words of the immortal Project Pat, don't save him because he don't want to be saved. don't save him, Prime, because he don't want to be saved. Wait till Steven take over.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But he could take over. Like, you don't know. Like, we don't know how many more years he got. He could. You know, it could be the next couple years.
And that's what I'm saying. And Prime will still be Prime.
And it could be like this. This is what I'm thinking. I say I won't go deep dive, but I'm gonna dip into it though a little bit. Like Coach Prime could do like the long ball, right? Like to get, let's say Shador goes somewhere else. Let's say Tennessee picking with the first pick, but they can give him a 8, 9, 10 year deal in Dallas to where after his rookie deal is up, Shador is coming to Dallas. You know what I mean? So where he can play the long game because Coach Prime always said he's not going to follow his kids. He want his kids going to follow him. You know what I'm saying? He think that's, you know, kind of conflicted in how that should go. So I'm with it. I'm ready for the risk if possible. But there are some other candidates that's going to be out there. So I'm with that. The next one, this quickie, you brought up Randy Moss. Tell us about Randy Moss, man.
Man, shouts out to Randy Moss and man, prayers again out to him and his family. But he did have a successful surgery. It was in his bile duct where he had the cancer at, and they successfully removed the cancer from his bile duct. And so he's in good spirits. And so, you know, hopefully within the next few months, you know, he returns back to back to 100%. You know, we see him giving good because he's a very good analyst. He's got a good football mind. You know, of course, we know what he did on the field, and that goes without saying. But again, you know, like this, I guess it kind of hit hard because it wasn't somebody we heard about. Like, we actually grew up, you know, watching him do what he did. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And whether you liked his team or not, it was never like certain players. Is never a debate about their greatness or like when they're watching, it's must see TV, and he was definitely that. And I mean, he was must see TV on the field and off the field. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say mossed, you know he's in pop culture because of the term mossed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you say like when people say straight cash, homie, that's straight up out the book of Randy Moss. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, but like I'm glad he's recovering. I'm glad he's healthy, and hopefully, you know, we have many more years of his takes and his analytics and you know, I'm just glad he's okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that happened. Now, quick side note, I miss Chris Carter on TV. You know what I'm saying? The one he used to play wide receiver with in the Vikings.
Yeah.
I miss him You know what I'm saying? Especially on ESPN and all that. I thought they were good, whatever together. But glad he had a successful cancer surgery. Hoping for the best, and hopefully he's on this next season. You know what I mean? Seeing what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, Chris Carter was definitely.
Yeah, I like Chris Carter.
Yeah, no, he man, dude is good, man.
Yeah.
To me, he's like. To me, he's too. I guess analyst to what Ryan Clark is to like doing interviews.
Mm-hmm.
As good as Ryan Clark is when he's interviewing somebody, and Chris Carter's that when he's breaking down, and it ain't just football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because his brother played in the NBA.
Yeah.
Butch Carter played with the Lakers, and end up coaching, I think, for the Raptors, so he knows basketball.
Himself. He was right, All-American
himself. So he knows basketball, he knows football, other sports. Just to hear him talk about it, like you said, Chris Carter is definitely one of those ones.
Yeah, I miss that dude. Now with this Jimmy Butler trade drama, man. Real quick on that. From what I know, what's going on with the Jimmy Butler thing, there was some rumors about him coming to Memphis, but he put something out there that he does not want to come here, which I think that's fine because I think we probably would have gave up too much just to get him and then to be strapped financially as much as he did. But with Pat Riley, you're just not gonna win, man, again with him. You know what I mean? So it's just he got rid of LeBron, he got rid of D Wade. He let go for a moment Alonzo, you know what I mean? So we knew this just probably wasn't going to end well, but I'm just interested to see where he goes. It's looking like maybe Phoenix or something possibly, but I'm with him how you doing it because you got a strong arm Pat Riley, if anything. Even though you probably ain't going to win, but this is what you got to do to show that you got some kahunas and that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do what I do anyway. So I'm with it. I'm with it.
Well, I mean, the only person who could really beat Pat Riley was Michael Jordan. And so here we are, Michael Jordan's son is back at it. Y'all, like I said, trust me, it's coming out. It's coming out. The Last Son, the documentary is coming out.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? 2027, The Last Son documentary.
Yeah.
But now, like, man, y'all know this Michael Jordan's son.
Well, The Last Son would be Ant, wouldn't it? Well, he might be Ant.
It might be The Last Sons. I might have to put the S on the end of it. But I mean, to be honest, that's probably why he gave Kwame Brown. So never mind. The first son, no.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I just feel like, to me, and think about this now. When have the Miami Heat ever made it to the NBA Finals without having multiple superstars?
Multiple superstars, you say? Just when Bron and Wade.
No, only when Jimmy Butler was there.
You said without?
Without.
Oh, you said without.
Because when they made it with D Wade, they had Shaq.
Yeah.
Right? And then even some of the other guys they had, they might have been past their prime, but like Alonzo Mourning, Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Christian Laettner, Hall of Famer, although be it with the Dream Team, but still Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and what he did in do you talking about legendary players? Gary Payton, Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these guys, Antoine Walker, former All-Star. Like, you had all these dudes when y'all made it to the finals, right? Then the next time they don't make it again, so they got him, Bron, Bosh. Eventually, you get Ray Allen, Hall of Famer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But then now you get Jimmy Butler, and you're talking about, don't tell me Bam.
No, he's not a superstar.
Bam is a star. He's not a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar.
And when they made it, he ain't Bam now.
Yeah.
He ain't the Bam. Like, the Bam now ain't the Bam when they made it to the finals.
Yeah.
That was all Jimmy Butler. Like that year they made it in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And he dropped that triple-double, like that 40-point triple-double on them, and he fell out on the table like Jordan did when, like,
yeah, just putting the
that was Jimmy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like, who else did they have? They had Jimmy Butler and some dudes.
Yeah.
And essentially he did what he did when he was in Minnesota. He took the third string and beat, Karl Anthony Towns and those guys. Like, so, I mean, I get it. Yes, Pat Riley, you're the mob boss. You're the Don.
Yeah.
You got to do what the Don says do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to understand And I think that Pat, when he left the Lakers, he forgot this because he went to New York. He had that blue collar grind. You go to Miami, you get a lot of those guys are kind of lunch pail guys. Sometimes you gotta let your superstar be that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta let them.
Yeah, and Pat too is kind of like Jerry Jones in a sense. Like he's stuck in his ways. You know what I'm saying? And so it's gonna be what it's gonna be with Pat. Jimmy, if we didn't give up, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, I would have loved to have him in Memphis, but I think we still maybe a year away here with everybody kind of getting, back from injury and stuff like that, to where, so I wouldn't want to waste Butler coming here and then be strapped for cash for the next couple of years. So now this next one real quick, salute to Penny and the Memphis Tiger, number 18 ranking. They 13-3. I want to put him out there because sometimes I have been critical of Penny and stuff, but he made all the right moves as far as the coaching staff. Nolan Smith, we remember him, Dookie, you know what I'm saying, got him on the bench. We got Old Faithful, Jermaine Johnson, you know what I mean, he's still on the bench out there.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, he used to be with Craigmont for a minute, but I think what else school he?
Oh yeah, okay,
Coach Jermaine, yeah, Coach Jermaine.
Yeah.
And
now you know what when you said it, I'm thinking about the dude that used to play in the NBA, the one that played at.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Didn't he?
You talking about?
He played at Georgia, didn't he? Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah. I don't know if he played at Georgia, but I know who you're talking about. He played for Cleveland.
Right. Yeah, like real solid. Yeah. He was like a guard, but he was real stocky. When you said that, I'm like, hold up, he on the Memphis bench?
Yep. But salute to Penny, man. This is his best team. And I think Penny is going through lulls. Being a coach, in which he came out and said it himself that he came into the game probably a little too arrogant, a little too cocky. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he can just get the talent and everything kind of come together. You know what I mean? So that was some of the criticism some of the coaches said about him, which he's coming out now and saying like now. But now it's more about fit. He's doing his thing. It's looking like unless we just fall off the map, we will be making the NCAA tournament. Potentially can make a small run in there. You know what I mean? So I just want to say salute to Penny, man.
Man, like I said, Penny is Memphis royalty. My only thing was, and I said when I was vehemently against him taking the job, it was not about him thinking. It was not about me thinking that he wouldn't do a good job. Mm-hmm. Like when you look at his record, you know what I'm saying. Like it's up there with the top. Mm-hmm. When you look at his accolades as a player, unparalleled. But what I didn't want to happen to Penny, I didn't want to happen to Penny what happened to Coach Finch.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
You know what I'm saying? And again, Coach Finch was all Memphis. Mm-hmm. He actually got drafted by the Lakers. He didn't take the Lakers and play for, I believe it was the Showboats or somebody like that. I mean not the Showboats, the Sounds, the Memphis Sounds. He played for like the ABA team because he didn't want to leave home. You know what I'm saying? He was so loyal to home. And he would have been a Laker in the 70s with Jerry Westham. Yeah. And a lot of them dudes he played with, like Larry Keenan and I believe Ronnie Robinson out there, like they played in the league. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he stayed and played, ABA. And then once the NBA and the ABA merged, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he was so loyal to home. And then he goes back and he coaches Messick, which is now the Adult Vocational Center, because that's like I said, that's how my dad played for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And again, for what he went through here, I didn't want that to happen to Penny. You know what I'm saying? Like Penny should be protected at all costs. Mm-hmm. And I know how fickle we are as Memphis fans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my city, I love my folks, but we're very delusional sometimes. We believe and we smoke the cocaine that we selling. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is. And I'm glad that we are 13-3. Hopefully, like you said, it continues. Much success to the Tigers. I hope that we make a good run. At least the Sweet 16.
I'm with you.
At least the Sweet 16. I believe this team has the potential to do that.
Yeah.
More than any other year when everybody was like, oh, I believe that with this group of guys and the way everything is going, I believe that we should at least be able to make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, this is our best team, man. Like name wise, obviously with Wiseman and all the other people that came in, with the cachet wise, no. But as far as he's learning, he's knowing how to build a program now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so with me, when I took that tennis job, the AD and stuff over there was talking to me about, growing a program and doing stuff like that, which I have not a clue about, right? And so those things that you just have to learn on the fly, take some advice and stuff like that. But he's learning, I guess, this year 7 or 8, to where how to build a team, how to build around what you want your style of play. It's just not about you getting the number 3 player in the country, you know what I'm saying, and just going off hype. You got to go off symmetry and chemistry in the locker room. So I think Penny doing that. So I want to say salute to him on that. All right, almost done with the quickies, which has been a while, but the college football championship game is coming.
Hey, we almost done with the quickies, but there was a lot of them we had to tap.
We had to,
you know what I'm saying?
We had to.
It was a lot of missed calls we had to go back through and you know what I'm saying, check that inbox and holler at them.
Yeah, we had.
So what we got with this college football?
College football championship. I think it's tomorrow.
No SEC team.
No SEC team. It's Notre Dame and Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's tomorrow night. I think it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I think. But as for me, I think Ohio State probably gonna win that. Just because they've been on a mission ever since they lost to Michigan and fought after the game. I don't know if you saw that. Them folks was scrapping after the game. Like we gonna lose, but we ain't about to lose this.
I'm all for the fight after the game.
Yeah, so I mean that's like old school, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Ohio State, they on a mission. They probably gonna win that. What say you, Rack?
I don't have a dog in the fight. Obviously,
Me
you know who my college football team is, of course.
Yep.
Anything Memphis, I root for. I don't ever want us to lose, whatever. But college football, I'm all about USC, all about the Trojans. You know what I'm saying? If I was as much about the Trojans in college football, if I was as much about them as my personal life as I was in college football, I probably wouldn't have as many kids as I do. But I digress.
You were beating me, sir.
Oh yeah, no. I don't even back out the driveway.
No.
But now, man, like I think Ohio State has the momentum.
Yeah, I do too.
But at the same time, I'm glad
game.
that Notre Dame is there. I like how you said. I just want to see a good game.
Your boy Ryan Clark's son play for Notre Dame.
Right.
Does he get some PT though? Does he get on the field? I don't know.
That I don't know. Okay. I hadn't been following him like that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I know he's on the team because every time they win, he's coming on the first take or whatever with his, shirt. Which I get. That's your son. Like I do the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's a good story around it. And dude is I think the first black coach to be in the college football championship. I think.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Freeman, I think his last name is.
And that's why I'm glad they're in there too.
Yeah. So that's another story. Like I don't have a dog in the fight either, but if you want to tell me who I think gonna win, I would say Ohio State.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So all right. So now last one, the NFL playoffs. A lot has happened. So now we have the Ravens going against the Bills, the Chiefs going against the Texans in the AFC. And then we have the Eagles going against the Rams and Detroit playing the Commanders. So this is what I think is going to happen, Rag. This is what I think is going to happen. I think the Commanders are going to win.
What?
I think the Commanders are going to beat the Lions. They're going to beat the Lions. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, given their defense is lacking, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they are not good with a running quarterbacks. They playing with house money. The Lions. Well, the Lions defense. They got all the type of injuries.
They do got 13 injuries on the defensive side.
They playing with house money. So if I see an upset, I see that. I don't think the Rams beating the Eagles are an upset to me because the Rams are good. They just been kind of injured most of the year. So I got the Commanders and the Rams, and then I got the Chiefs and the Bills.
You think the Bills gonna beat the Ravens?
Now that's what I think. I want Lamar to get in there. I want him to, but the white boy Josh Allen been like real. He been doing this thing, and so it's like they lost. What's the wide receiver's name?
Diggs.
But it's like addition by subtraction. Like they are way better. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Then the Super Bowl, I'm gonna say, for me, I'm not going against the Chiefs until further notice. So I'm gonna say the Chiefs and the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Okay, so I believe, while I do feel you, I think that just the Commanders are too young.
Yeah, I agree.
And if the Lions beat the Commanders, I don't see either the Eagles nor the Rams stopping them. I think that the Commanders would be a better matchup for either the Eagles or the Rams. I don't think Detroit is. I think that Detroit got their number, both of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the championship is going to be on the NFC side. I think it's going to be the Lions and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
I think the AFC, and I'm gonna call it upset. I think the AFC championship is going to be the Ravens and the Texans.
Wow!
And
you going against my homie?
Super Bowl.
I
I wanted my homie to get the first one.
Yeah.
I was mad that he got the second one.
Yeah.
And like the third one, I'm just like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like, you good now, nigga?
Yeah.
Cause two of them has come versus.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got one on Garoppolo, he got one on Brock.
Yeah.
So I mean, but again, it is what it is. You know, he won fair and square according to the agenda. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. But I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. Yeah. But I feel like people are sleeping on the Texans. Like C.J. Stroud is legit. D'Amico Ryans is that dude.
Defense is legit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and their offense is clicking. To me, I think that the Chiefs have been so good for so long. I think that they're kind of coasting. Because it's like, kind of like the tortoise in the hare. Like, I'm the hare. We going to win. Let me take this nap real quick. And I think you sleeping on some of the tortoises because they just going to be steady. They climbing. And I think now you're trying to turn it on, and I think that at some point, somebody going to get your number. Yeah. So I feel like even if they do get past the Texans, either the Bills or the Ravens. But I think the AFC Championship is going to be the Ravens and the Texans.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that the Super Bowl is going to be the Ravens and the Lions. Although, to your point, two teams who've never won, I think the Bills and the Lions would be kind of sexy because you got two teams that have never won.
Plus, they played a great game earlier this year. I don't know if you saw that. That game was crazy. So I'd be cool with that.
But I think that Lamar finally gets his championship
over the hump. Yeah,
I think that if the Ravens are playing the Lions, I think that Lamar finally gets his championship. If the Bills are playing the Lions, unfortunately for whatever reason, I don't think that God likes the Bills for whatever reason. Yeah. And I think that Detroit gets one because just for whatever reason the Bills just can't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to be the Lions and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. And although I don't have a dog in the fight, if I don't care. I don't got to go to work that day, so and I'm about to get another promotion at work, so I'll probably be hosting a Super Bowl party.
Yes,
so
sir. Okay.
Even though I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be mad as hell whoever it is, because I'm gonna be wearing
in your gear,
man. Yeah, and I might have my Joe Montana jersey on. Yeah. I might have my Kaepernick jersey on. I might have my Jerry Rice jersey. It don't matter. I might have my Ronnie Lott jersey on.
Yeah.
I might have some Deion's on. With the colors, you know what I'm saying? The Deion, with the number 21, with the I might,
okay,
but like I said, I might host a Super Bowl party,
for sure.
We get into some good shenanigans.
Yeah, I might make an appearance.
Yeah, I'm gonna order some Veli's wings.
Veli,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have like 9 slabs of ribs.
Veli,
you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna do what we do.
No doubt. Okay, so now we're officially done with the quickies. It took an hour, but it needed to be done.
But it was a lot of them, though.
It needed to be done.
There's a lot of them, though.
It needed to be done.
There's a lot of them, though.
So I don't think these other topics probably going to take as long, I don't think. But, yeah, we got through that. Now, this first one here I did a little
something this was the rundown of the rundown.
Yeah.
This is the most epic rundown
of
all rundowns.
Yeah, and I liked it. We flowed pretty good. Went through stuff, didn't say too long, but had a lot. I don't know how many this is. It's at least 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we threw a couple of other ones in, and then we backtracked.
Yeah, so it was that was dope. But all right, let's reel it back in, man. Like we fishing a little bit. We got Joy Taylor and the Skip Bayless FS1. People call it Freak Show 1. You know what I mean? Scandal. Now, was I a little shocked a little bit just because I'm like, everybody knows Joy Taylor. She knows she's the eye candy of FS1. She was on Undisputed, and then was on the Colin Coward show.
Right.
You know, and we know her greatest asset. You know what I mean? Her chest, her breasts. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, and not to. I mean, I'm not gonna. You're right. And she's got. I think that when it's all said and done, I think that for her, what she does as far as reporting, I think that she's gonna be a Hall of Famer like her brother is. Miami Dolphins great Jason Taylor.
Okay.
Linebacker for the Dolphins for years. I know that coming up, she didn't have a reputation of being a loose woman or anything like that. Because I don't know if you remember when she was on the Pivot. Because she knew Channing because Channing played with her brother.
With the
and it was the whole thing of like nobody, she wasn't, messing up because she knew her brother was playing, like, and nobody was, coming to her like that. Now, post his career, I don't know. She is an attractive woman. I certainly would with the lights on twice on Sunday. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, and again, it ain't got nothing to do with her being light. Like, it's just, she's just a pretty woman.
She's nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she's one like, Lexi Brown, like Shanae Ngamaquay, like, what's her home girl that she do the podcast with?
Who's that?
You remember they had her and the other chick, Taylor, I think. No,
Taylor Rooks?
No. Was it Taylor Rooks?
Taylor Rooks. We talking about Joy Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Rooks. The dark skin, the kind of the chocolate girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, her and was it Malika?
Malika Andrews?
Did they have something together, or is it just her and Taylor? So it's Joy Taylor and Taylor.
Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks.
Okay. But I mean, Malika, like, I mean, I didn't like the whole thing when they, we talked about that, but
yeah,
she's an attractive woman.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the whole thing, it just brings about at least what I always thought. You know what I mean? Just because I wondered, like, how did she get on? Kind of how she got on. Now, I don't agree with you as far as her being a Hall of Fame. I don't know about that because I do think some of her takes are just not good, but I get the marketing piece of it, being the eye candy, because she is beautiful.
So what I'm saying is, so do you think she's any worse than Molly?
No.
If you had to take Joy or Molly, who you taking?
I'm taking, as far as what you talking about, like,
no, I'm just saying
sports takes.
I ain't never heard Molly, like, and I'm not hating on Molly.
No,
like, she's more of a moderator.
Moderator, yeah.
But when she does, if I got to take Molly or Joy, I'm taking Joy.
I think I take Molly.
If I got to take Joy or Kimberly Martin, I'm taking Joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm not taking Joy over Monica or Shanae or Doris Burke or shit. Like, I mean, it go all the way back to Hannah Storm. Like, I'm gonna take Hannah Storm over. But I'm just saying, like, Joy is not a slouch. I think that to your point, I think that sometimes she can make a wild, take. But for what she does, what she does, and she does it well. Now, is it more so, are a lot of people watching because she fine? Possibly. Yeah. And she is. And you don't have to apologize for that. But, like, niggas used to like Vince Carter because he could dunk.
Yeah.
Why would you start, like, niggas like Curry because he shoots the three? You gonna stop shooting threes because they be like, I'm more than shooting the three. No, nigga, you shoot the hell out of them threes. Yeah. So if niggas is watching you because they like your titties, Joy, show your cleavage. Yeah. We salute.
It's not a crime, bro.
At all.
It's not a crime.
You are blessed.
Yeah, it's not a crime.
I can't tell you how many bad days that have been turned good because I flip over to FS1 and see Speak, and on the thumbnail, all you see is her, and it's just like they just saying good morning, and I'm like, Hello, ladies.
Yeah.
Or like when I'm watching ESPN and then Sinead, you know, she's shooting a jumper in them dress, in the dress, and them cakes is just caking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
works.
don't apologize for being
Yeah.
amazing, and then on top of that, you halfway know what you're talking about, or you all the way know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that just makes it better to me.
Now, as far as takes, I would take Kimberly Martin takes more than Joy. Like, I just know in the lane, like, Molly is a good, sometimes she oversteps, you know, and gets into that conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, come on. Like,
I would take Kimberly Martin wherever she wants to go. Kimberly Martin can't do no wrong.
Yeah, like
Kimberly Martin can't do no wrong.
Kim knows her football.
Yeah.
She knows her football. So, but getting back even with the case, you got, you know, Skip Bailey's in it.
I wish Kim knew the reg, but I digress.
This man here.
I'm just saying, no, Kimberly Martin is amazing.
Yeah.
And she's not a bad analyst either. That's all I'm saying.
No, she's not.
Kimberly Martin is, yeah.
No, I like Kim. I like Kim Martin. Mm-hmm. But this just kind of pulls it back to me because the stuff that she said on her own podcast and even on the Pivot that time, as far as how, you know, hard she worked to get to where she's at, and, you know, like, you know, the way, like I said, you use what you got to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, right? So I'm not even saying there's nothing wrong with that, but then just, you know, don't say anything else crosswise. Don't say that you got here because of your stellar hard work.
I wouldn't even address it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I did this. You know how hard it is for a woman to get in this business. Yes, we do know.
If you slipped your way to the top, then you probably do know how hard it is. We on the road.
Yeah,
we on the road. We've been out for 3 weeks.
I like that.
It's a lot of pent up tension.
Yeah, it is.
That we got to release.
It is. Hence all the quickies that took over an hour. You know what I'm saying? That was a session.
Oh, no, we made love to some of them.
That was a session. Mm-hmm. That was a whole session. But, you know, that's the whole thing I don't like is that you're saying that, okay, you did. They caught her in one of her podcasts. It was saying, like, no matter what it is, girl, if the man's fine enough, if he's funny enough, if he has money enough, this is her Joy saying, take the morals out the way. Whatever you're saying on Instagram is that this is what she gonna do. So that's basically saying what she is being alleged in saying in the lawsuit. And we know this. This is not, you know what I'm saying, like information that we didn't know. But she slick, you know, pretty much told on herself and actually did the game. If you look at the lawsuit, she played the game right. You know what I'm saying? She got with the Dixon, whatever his name was, Dixon, the president or whatever of FS1, and then ended up, you know, screaming that, you know, he forced himself on me, you know, got him out the way. So she couldn't have, you know what I'm saying, leverage over her to be like, okay, so you ain't giving me none no more. Okay, I'm kicking you out. So she played it right. She got in the door, then like, okay, I can get you out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't hate the player, hate the game, but then let's just call it for what it is. Like, and my boy Whitlock said this a while ago. He was like, women sleeping their way to the top. He did mention Carrie Champion.
Who can also do no wrong.
Yeah, she's nice.
Oh, man.
Carrie Champion's nice. She was on the tennis channel before she got on this.
Oh, yeah, she used to play the man, Carrie Champion.
Yeah, Carrie Champion's different.
I'm not going to say nothing. Yeah. I'm just going to shake my head.
So,
but she's in that lane with Lexi Brown and Shanae and Kimberly Martin, Joy Taylor, Malika Andrews, Taylor Rooks, Skylar Diggins, hyphen last name, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But yes, Carrie Champion's right in there.
Now, I do like Joy Taylor's role to what she's doing now on Speak. Mm-hmm. She's more like a liaison, like a host, and let Keyshawn, Paul Pierce, and Mike Irv do their thing. She don't.
You said, what's her name ain't on there no more?
Paul Pierce?
No, Shady.
Nah, he on the other one with the facility.
Oh, okay, because he was on Speak for 1 minute.
He was, but they switched up.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, so what do you think? Because he was named in one.
Who?
Acho.
Yeah, he was. Now, Acho, yeah, he actually deleted one of the videos a while ago.
Was it saying it was Joy Taylor?
Yeah, it was Joy Taylor.
I ain't mad at Acho.
No, it is what it is.
I just don't like, but that does kind of, you know, for all of your moral high ground you take, you know what I'm saying? Come on back down to earth, nigga.
He pandered. Like, the video that he deleted a long time ago, because you know the internet, if you're not quick enough, everybody going to take that joint
The internet's undefeated.
You know what I mean? So they took the video that he deleted, and he's on there talking about Joy, about you know how hard it is for a woman, when they first got on the Speak show together, being in this industry, da da da. So salute to her, da da da. We just finished doing a dry run, a practice run, da da da. And so, he deleted that. Why did he delete that? Probably because it was just showing,
Because maybe the dry run wasn't as dry as you said.
Say it was wet.
Oh,
yeah. So
Nacho got some nacho.
Nacho, not the nachos. But he was in the suit as well. Skip was in there as well.
But it wasn't about Joy Taylor though.
No, it was about Joy.
I thought his was somebody different. I thought his was like a production assistant or a makeup person who said that like over the course of the time he was there that he propositioned her several times, and I guess it wasn't a one-time sum, but the total amount of what he propositioned her ended up being like 1.5 million. And so it might have been like 15,000 here, 10,000 here. Like he was, I guess, allegedly what she said was that he was trying to get her to do whatever, like the way he would greet her, rubbing on the shoulders, and the hugs was extra and the handshakes was extra. And
now that was Skip.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. But that wasn't Joy Taylor though.
No, that was a makeup artist.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't Joy Taylor who
it was makeup artist.
Was saying that he did that. It was somebody else accusing him.
Yeah, girl named Faraji.
Right.
Faraji is the makeup artist. That's the one Skip been getting on and offered her $1.5 million to sleep with her or something like that. Supposedly, from what the lawsuit says.
I ain't seen Faraji.
She's nice. She's like a Latino. She's nice. She's a good looking, very, very nice looking. What they say, Skip said in the lawsuit, voluptuous. And she said, she asked Skip, what does voluptuous mean? He was like, you go figure that out. You go figure that out. What they said, Skip said to her. So, but I saw a picture of her. She's nice. Very nice looking. Very nice looking. Latino, bombshell. So with that, man, the Joy Taylor case, a lot of people have been talking about it. Whitlock. I think Cam Newton got on Whitlock, talking about the whole thing, going back and forth, and Whitlock talking about her big cans and, peanut butter skin and about, he just left her alone because he knows himself. That's what Whitlock said. He knows himself. And then people got on Whitlock because saying like, man, nobody wants your fat tail. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no,
I can't remember who the lady was. It was somebody in the media that he was after, like in her inbox, like real thirsty, and she shot him down. I mean, and so like again, it's like to me, my only issue with Whitlock is you got this moral high ground, but if you could have paid somebody, you would have. If somebody would have said, yeah, in the inbox, like you would have went. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because you got rejected, so now you're all on this. You're only using your assets and your big cans, and you think your peanut butter skin can get you in the yada, yada, yada. Like, it's like, but if she would have said yes, if she would have, you know what I'm saying, went to what you were doing, like, then you would have done it. You would have went. And you might have potentially been named in a lawsuit. And so now because she rejected you, because y'all didn't do nothing, because y'all didn't go there, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, I got this moral high ground. I've got, I'm going to talk about how you're setting a bad standard for women and for young girls who are watching you and da-da-da-da-da. But if she would have said, yeah, in the inbox, like, yeah, you would have got that head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You would have let her sit in your lap.
Now, my only thing with that is I hate when people talk about, Whitlock. He's like, come on, man. Fat people are like, you know how many dudes smash big 300-pound girls and stuff all the time? So don't act like just because he looks a certain way.
All the skinny girls let Bruce hit it.
Yeah. So don't act like just because dude is big or called fat, like, women ain't checking for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Because he got power, he got influence.
Yeah, and his bank account ain't little.
Like it is. No, not at all.
His bank account probably fatter than he is.
Not at all. Yeah. He's been in the game for a while. So yeah, that. Now let's go to this next one here, where the Meta Facebook is removing fact checking. You know what I mean? So we with that. I'm gonna read this little story about it that's in there, and we've talked about this for some years. You know
Man,
what I
what you
mean?
said.
Some years. And so this says here, can I put this? All right. It says Meta, the parent company of Facebook, announced plans Tuesday to replace fact checkers with a user-based system known as Community Notes. Fact checkers who were put in place in the wake of Donald Trump's 2016 election have proven to be too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, particularly in the United States, says Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook. So this, to me, is pretty much long overdue because they had whole websites of fact checking. Oh boy, I don't know what happened with that.
So you said they had whole websites of fact checking?
Yeah, they had whole websites
Okay.
of fact checking. And so,
Yeah, no, I know. So like, I, you know, when I sent you that, my thing on that was, and y'all will get it. I'm not cutting him off. we are working around some stuff right now. Had a little technical difficulty there, but so like my thing for sending it is because we both have been flagged, not only from our group page of the Pres XTV Presidential Executive Podcast, but also individually. I don't know how many times that JB's been tagged for like Preacher Man stuff, but like stuff that I post on my personal page, I know I've been flagged, and it's always these quote unquote independent fact checkers not liking something that we posted, or you posted offensive content and we have to remove it. And so my only thing is, and we've appealed some of them, and for the most part, they've all come back. Some of them have taken longer than others, but they've all come back like, oh, our bad. But like for however long that was, my story is down, or the video is down, or whatever else is down. And like, it is people that, because they don't like what you say, like, oh, I'm going to claim fake news. You know, I'm fact checking you. Yeah. You know, so, but go ahead. I know you make a point.
Yeah. Hopefully we good now. But yeah, so the same thing. I'm not even gonna put that back. Said the critics of the move said it reflected a partisan effort to align Meta with President-elect Trump, who has repeatedly criticized the company for alleged anti-conservative bias. Okay, and it goes on and on and on and said this, but the whole thing is they're saying how this whole thing is making people, you know, it's stopping free speech. You know what I mean? And so when people stop free speech, I think that is something that we don't need, you know what I'm saying, as a country or whatever. So most of the stuff that was being fact checked, I believe, was a lot of liberal stuff going side to side. So I just think this is well overdue. And let me read a couple more here. So it says, so Meta launched the fact-checking program in the heat of intense scrutiny leveled at the company regarding the spread of misinformation on the platform during the 2016 presidential election. So given this whole thing of fact-checking to the extent that it's doing came because Trump got in. So this thing just looks like it was just a plan by the liberal side to really get in people's head, and had other people saying, oh, look at this site over here. They're fact checking these people over here. So this must be true, when in reality, they're fact checking from their own agenda, from their own bias, and they're even making websites, you know, saying, you know, that they're doing X, Y, and Z, and is, you know, being, you know, put out there as true. So I'm glad that this is actually happening. A lot of people saying a lot of misinformation. Like, I don't care. You can say misinformation all you want. Let say what you want to say. Misinformation, it's have free speech. Don't, you know, deny what I say. I won't deny what you say. And we'll just see, you know, what lines up at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about. So don't scream this misinformation, especially when the Bang Bang came out with the vaccine stuff. You know, all this misinformation there, you know, putting people out of their misery and shadow banning people. But now I think just put everything straight down the middle. Let people say what they say, and then you can pull the flag on it if you want. You know what I'm saying? People are intelligent enough to come up with their own, you know what I'm saying, narrative or what they think, you know, how something happened. So I think this whole meta thing is good, man. I think it's good. What say you, Rag?
I mean, you know, I will say because right now, you know, we still looking for sponsorship deals. So brought to you by the makers of Kavasi. If y'all want to, you know, give us a brand sponsorship, we need that. As well as Red Bull.
You got the
you
red.
know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah.
But no. And again, it stood out to me. And to your point, it is good to let people decide for themselves.
Yeah,
you know, people got enough sense to go do the research. Zuckerberg actually was doing an interview, and he said that it was pressure put on them to take down or to flag certain content that went against the agenda of promoting, you know, the vaccine or the shot or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
And so again, anything that you're saying contrary to what the popular opinion is, and like I said, we suffered that several times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was several videos like where they was like, we're reviewing your video, and then we had some Flatfoot removed.
Yeah.
You know, and then like even recently, you know, like I shared with you, it's gotten to the point where like every time I share something, you know what I'm saying, depending on which agenda it offends, and some of the stuff offends the left, some of it offends the right. I don't discriminate.
Right.
If it's something interesting, if it's something I feel like people should look up or research, or okay, you know what? What do y'all think about this? You know, the information out there, like look it up, decide for yourself. But I get flagged either way it goes. And so I'm glad that they're allowing people to do their own research, to see for themselves, and they're not trying to dictate or tell people how to think. You got to think exactly like me. If you don't think like me, you the op. You know, and so I think it's dangerous. Right. I think it's dangerous when we think like that and act like that as a society and as a world.
Yeah, and it's because it's a republic, man. At the end of the day, and so I'm glad this has happened and everything. And I think his inauguration, I think, is this Monday. I believe for President-elect Trump, and so a lot of things are on the table. Again, you know, you can love it or you can hate it or whatever, but at the end of the day, I know for me personally, I'm intelligent enough to see BS when it comes my way. You know what I'm saying? So even all the stuff, even doing the whole censorship stuff with the vaccine, with the bang bang, I knew it was BS. We all knew it was, even though the majority of the media was saying this and, you know, no, that's not right. See, this is not right because this website says X, Y, and Z, and that it's harmful, and that this is the way it should be. But we all knew, those that had good discernment. You know what I'm saying? I put it that way. Which that was a lot of the stuff I was messed up about. Certain people that I thought was, you know, like that was just not in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, but so I'm with it, man. I'm with it. This next one here is about. Now you hit me up on this, and I had to go back and really look because this was a couple weeks ago about the Tesla bomber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You got some.
And I don't want to I don't have the thing pulled up in front of me.
I got
I don't want to say the guy's name wrong. But essentially it was a former I believe he was an Army
Navy
special.
Well, let me read it real quick.
Okay,
So you see it. All right, the driver who exploded the Tesla Cybertruck outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas on Wednesday, and this was like Wednesday a couple weeks ago, has been identified as Matthew Allen Livsenberger, an active duty U.S. Army Green Beret.
Right.
According to a law enforcement source familiar with the investigation. But he was a Army Special Forces Operations Master Sergeant, a senior enlisted rank. He was on active duty in Germany with the 10th Special Forces Group, but was on leave at the time of the incident. And it said the Army said in a statement that he was on leave at the time of his death, though did not specifically say he died in the Vegas explosion. So they're still at least right now, they haven't officially said that was him in the truck. But everything points to it. I think he had a couple tattoos that they saw, so everything pointing to that it was him in there.
Right.
And they're saying he was also a Trump fan, because some people thinking, okay, he must didn't like Trump. It was in front of Trump Hotel. But they had some people that served with him saying that he was a huge Trump fan.
Ray was a Trump supporter.
Trump supporter. And he liked, everything about him. And, and a lot of people were kind of taken aback because of this. Obviously, when stuff come out like this, they're like, oh, this is not like him. And, which we get that. But then we also know when that mind goes,
it goes.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Well, one of the things that I found interesting, and this is why I even re-mentioned it, so like when they did the DNA on the body that was found in the truck, and like how you said they had the ID was in there and it was kind of burnt up, and he got the tattoos, but the DNA did not match with the DNA of him. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when they did, like, I guess the dental and it didn't match him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know what's behind the curtain of the smoke and mirrors, but you know me, I'm not a conspiracy theorist in the sense that, like, I think, oh, conspiracy, but I think that if something smells like shit, check the bottom of your shoe. That's all I'm saying.
Now, they're trying to link this with the New Orleans
right, with the New Orleans, exactly.
That happened,
exactly.
I guess right before that playoff game with Georgia and and Notre Dame. And so they're trying to link that. But right now, there's nothing that's connecting the two right now.
They were saying they were unrelated.
Yeah, they're saying they're unrelated right now. But, people are just saying, because this is what happened. And some people, even in this article, was giving props to Elon Musk just because of the way that the car is made.
Right. Oh, yeah. Nothing happens to the Tesla. Oh! This African American billionaire, you know what I'm saying? Because, he's South African. Elon Musk is South African. So this African American billionaire, you know what I'm saying, is just trying to sell his cars. I mean, what better promotion? Because they're trying to get rid of gas anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's all get electric cars.
Yeah, I've gotten Uber rides the last couple weeks, and I've talked to a couple people that have the electric car, just asking them. Like, it looks cool, you know what I mean? But I'm like, what I wouldn't like is, like, driving in the city is whatever, it's fine. It's just traveling with it. Okay, but he says that you'll know where a station is. He'll take you right to the station. But then I've heard other horror stories about that. Just for me, I wouldn't feel comfortable being out there on the road in an electric car. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's giving me the directions to the nearest station, it could be out the. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not comfortable with. Like, I think it's cool to be in the city, riding around with it. You know what I mean, and doing that. But as far as
this, I don't know if you remember a few minutes ago. Like, I just randomly had picked up my phone. The reason being is because, like, we're sitting up here now. My phone ain't on, like, it's on, so it don't ring or nothing. You were talking, and I see it's like a little app on the phone or whatever. It's like
saying what's up,
record, like, and I'm like, what? Like, that's why people are like, I didn't do that.
Right.
I didn't sign up for that. So now when you get these vehicles that, again, you don't have no control over, it's completely automated. Oh, like you said, it's going to take you right to the station.
Yep.
So now, again, we already know that, I don't want to misname the bill, but it was passed after 9/11. But essentially, it gave the government the right to listen to everybody's phone conversation, to check your emails and do all of that. So you know what everybody's doing.
Yep.
I mean, like, one of the things that they say is the reason, like, why they say it's plausible deniability. Like, I shared a video the other day, but it was like a retired CIA agent, and he said, like, the CIA can pretty much do whatever they want because as long as they have plausible deniability. So they can commit crimes, they can assassinate people. As long as they can say plausible deniability, they can do whatever they want. And so now, one of the things they have to do, though, is you have to put it out there for people to know it. So now, if you don't see it, it's on you. But as long as I put it out there. So now, again, like, we watch all these TV shows and movies, and they talk about stuff that's going to happen in 5 years later, 2 years later. it comes out, it's revealed, or it happens. Yeah. Contagion came out, and a few years later, we got a worldwide pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say these things, and they'll show them on movies or TV, and then like a few years later, it's like, oh dang, this happened. Well, we showed it to y'all. Y'all just didn't recognize it. That's on y'all. But we tried to show you. Y'all didn't call us out on it. Oh, it's just a movie. It's just entertainment. And then when it happens, it's like, oh, hey, we showed y'all. That's on y'all. Yeah. I think that we know what it is. Yeah, no doubt. And we can either accept what it is and act accordingly, or we can be in denial, and then in a few years, none of us are able to move without them telling us we can move, or where we can go, or how we can respond, or where we can eat, or where we can pray, or where we can worship, or where, like, it's like it's going to take you right to the station. But now if I got gas, as long as I know what's in my gas tank, and I might have a gas can in the back. If I got a gas can in the back, I'm straight. Right. You know, for another, you know what I'm saying, 40, 50 miles. But if we ain't using gas no more, I got to go where you tell me to go. I got to. Yeah. And if you know who I am, what movie is that? I believe it's Captain America and the Winter Soldier. They had the guy, and they was on top of the roof. And he was like, how you think we found y'all? He's like, we've been watching everybody who we perceive as a threat. And he just started naming off some people. He's like, Tony Stark and Stephen Strange and some smart kid in Brooklyn. He was talking about Spider-Man. It's like, we're watching all of y'all. If we perceive you to be a threat, we already know who you are. This ain't going to be like the 60s no more, where they didn't know a Malcolm X or a Fred Hampton or Martin Luther King Jr. and you can get put on TV and everybody sees you and follows you. They know you before you get out, because they said that'll never happen again. That's why there ain't been no more revolution, because they already know who you are. They see these YouTubers and these Instagrammers and stuff like that. And so now, again, everybody buy my car. But they finna do like Amazon. Finna monopolize. You can't ship nothing without Amazon no more. He owns the thing. And guess what? He owns Whole Foods.
He taking over the game. Who talking about, Elon?
Yeah. No. Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, Bezos.
Well, now, and it's like, he don't run Amazon no more. You don't think he? Yeah. He's just stepped down in the public space. The front guy, but yeah. Nigga own Whole Foods. And he owns, of course, with Amazon Prime. And he just bought Harvey Weinstein's whole catalog. Whatever was I forget what Harvey Weinstein's thing, with Miramax or what, but he owns the whole catalog. Yeah. So all the movies that Harvey Weinstein, the hundreds of movies that was made under the Weinstein Company and Miramax, Amazon own all of them. And they don't say they're not gonna say Miramax anymore. They're gonna say Amazon. It's what it is.
Yeah. Yep. This whole thing is interesting, man. Especially, like I said, I forgot about it until you really told me about it. I had to go and look at the stuff myself and see kind of what's going on. But I'm not with the trend with the electric cars personally. It's not it never seemed like a good idea for me. And honestly, like, even when I was in Vegas, most of the cars that we got into were Ubers, were like Teslas. Was like, that's like the going thing, because you can see the nice screen that shows you exactly where you're going and all. Yeah. Like, it's a cool feature, but like to what you said, it's a lot of stuff. Like, let's say you go into that station and you getting charged up. Who knows what's being downloaded in your car, or what's being, you know what I'm saying, the radio, the antenna vibes, yeah. You know what I'm saying, all that stuff getting into your car, showing you where you going, how you do, you know what I'm saying, your plan and how you move. And so, yeah, it's yeah, man, all this stuff is.
And then like the stuff with the drones, like you think it's an accident that all these drones are just popping up. What you think they doing?
Right. They looking at they
ain't just up there some kid playing with a toy. Like, no, their big brother is alive and well.
Yep. They looking at it, man. So so that's what the Tesla bomb. But now let's talk about, this was a few weeks ago, maybe the last part we did, and so I remember seeing some people on Facebook talking about this. I had no clue what they were talking about. We're talking about the Memphis City, city school system, and the Board of Education, all this drama. Yep. And I did make a statement about this on social media maybe a few weeks ago, because I watched a whole 3-hour thing. It took me maybe all day because I had other stuff to do, but I watched pretty much the whole thing. And so, what's her name? Dr. Fagans?
Yeah, Dr. Marie Fegans.
Fegans.
Yep.
And so now this is just my synopsis, Cliff Notes version of the whole thing. What I see is black women hating on this lady, because the people that are mostly against her are the black women, and they didn't present themselves of having a real issue. Everything the lady, what's her name, Miss Coleman, when they read out why they trying to terminate her contract, they said, oh, because she didn't do this, handled this money, fraudulently, da 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 da. But when the other lady spoke, they said nothing about what the lady, ran off on that piece of paper. It sounded personal, right? Mm-hmm. It sounded just like, oh, these people, I got teachers hitting me up. They don't want to be here, da 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 da. And so that I'm just like, it just looked real foul. And I talked to my sister. She's obviously a teacher. I talked to a principal in Shelby County school system just to ask, what he thinks. And so what he told me was that he get both sides, but he doesn't think she deserved to get terminated, simply because when she came in, her mandate was to clean up all the mess and the misfunding that was going on. Everybody knew that. It was about a year and a half search to get her here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it was maybe even longer than that.
Right.
And so she haven't even been into office for a full 9-10 months.
When they did the stuff in December.
Yeah,
she got hired in February.
Yeah, it ain't even been a full 9 months.
Like when they did the thing, when they started, saying they were going to do this hearing and everything.
Yep.
She won't be a year until a month from now.
Yep.
From today.
Yep. And we know the mess that's been going on here for decades, for years. My bro-in-law, Zarina's husband, used to work at the school system. He was just saying how much money that they spend, mm-hmm. Just for no reason. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So some of that had to be cleaned up. Now, what somebody did tell me, a principal that works in the Shelby County school system, said that one thing she believes she did wrong was she didn't give people enough time to before she let them go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, she came in and just kind of cleaned house when she came in. Mm-hmm. She didn't give him like, okay, this is about to happen. Right. So this, you know what I mean? So he don't think she did it good. But as far as doing action and going forward,
being
proactive and cleaning up the stuff here in the school system, like that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that stood out to me in that meeting that happened in December was everybody was for her in the crowd. The parents, the community, they all was for her. But then you had the people up there that seemed to have an ulterior motive against her. And it's just like, I'm going to scratch your back. Like, literally the 4 black women that were up there, the only people that were against her were the 4 black women. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the vote got split or whatever.
Right.
And so I just think,
I believe it was the white guy didn't even.
No, he's not even, I don't think he can vote. Is
he
the
commissioner? The commissioner, he didn't even, he abstained or whatever.
Yeah. And so when they do that, and so I did ask him, because I'm not privy to some of this stuff, so I asked him, would it be a bad thing if the state took over in Memphis with the school board? He was just like, yeah, we don't want that, because it's just like somebody coming in your backyard is not familiar with the community, making decisions that, that you don't know anything about. Right. But if you're the state and looking at what happened on that December meeting, dog, it was ratchet. It was super ratchet. And so, I'm black again. So I'm, so I'm thinking something definitely needs to happen as far as, but again, for me being out here in Bartlett, I can't vote on those matters as far as school board members and stuff like that. So I can't necessarily make a difference in voting. But I think maybe this will have people to look at, kind of what's going on.
And again, as much as I talk about how I abstain from certain political things, you know what I'm saying? I am a community activist, and I have kids that go to, that are in the school system and everything like that. And so that is something that I am involved in and I participate in. And if for nothing else, let me say I cannot speak for JB. A lot of times when we're on here, it is times where we as a collective speak for the collective of the Prez XTV, the Presidential Executive Podcast. But sometimes Jamal, JB, Preacher Man is speaking strictly for Jamal.
For sure.
It's sometimes where Rag, Roche, Stringer, Lex, however you know me, it's sometimes I'm speaking strictly for me. I cannot speak for JB on this, but as for me, you know what I'm saying, my family, my kids, like, I support Dr. Fegans. I see the work that she's doing. I'm glad that she's doing it. I don't believe she's been given the opportunity to do the things that need to be done to positively affect our community and our city. Anybody that is for our children, I support. I'm gonna give like something almost so totally unrelated, but it's kind of when you pointed out that the black woman was against her. It seems like it's totally unrelated, but I'm gonna use my Ocho Cinco. Just stay with me now.
Okay.
So on Instagram, it's this Instagrammer, and she has a YouTube page as well. It's called Cooking with Kaya.
I know you're talking
And so she's a young girl, probably like 23, 24, and she be cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when she cooks, she do a little dance. You know what I'm saying? And she's made up kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? And so now the plate is not the only thing you're looking at.
Working with.
But like, she has gotten so much hate from black women.
Of course.
Cause like black men, we love Cooking with Kaya. Hell, this white men that love Cooking with Kaya. Like, it was a video on I believe it was TikTok or something, and it was like a little white kid, and it was two of them, and it was like maybe this child is like maybe 2 years old, and so like the mom gave her some food, and so she's like, "Ooh, mommy, this is good. This is like Cooking with Kaya, cooking," and it's like a 2 or 3 year old little white kid, and the mom was like, "What is that?" She's like, "Daddy be watching Cooking with Kaya." Cooking, and like the mom started laughing. I was like, so this is even transcended when you look at the white lady, the Hawk Tour girl. They talked about, you know, when she talked about giving head, you got to spit on that thing.
Right.
Now this girl came out of nowhere. A random interview. She's gotten a podcast. She's gotten sponsorship deals. She's been supported by her own community, and hell, black people support her too. Cause we just started Hawk Tour.
Yeah.
I need that Hawk Tour. Yeah. But now here it is. You have a sister who is building her brand. And outside of her dancing, she's not, you know what I'm saying, like doing no sex act on the page or nothing like that. Right? But you got people who look like her that's stopping her from, or trying to stop her from making a living, making her money, building her brand, building her following. And then what I love about it is she's like, do this for your significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like every video is like, cook for your man so I don't have to. So she's telling you like, look, take care of your house. We missing the whole message. We missing the whole point. And so now let's juxtapose that. Here you have a sister, right? An amazing, intelligent, intellectual. Not bad looking either. I see you, Dr. Fegans.
No.
She gonna.
Well, that's your kind of real petite.
Oh no, I mean no, but she's nice with me. She's tracking me. Yeah. But I mean, but she's until she got a good heart. She's out for the community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got people who are. She hadn't been given an opportunity, and if anybody should be able to identify with what the struggles that she's had to deal with, it should be somebody who looked like her, somebody who had to come up. Like how she came up. Whether you had every advantage or not, the fact that you're a woman, people look down on you when you do certain things. Yep. And to your point, like it's not like we were a shining example. We were a beacon of what school systems should be. No. Like our school system been shit for a long time. That's why I got out of it.
Decades, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I stopped.
Decades. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what am I doing this for? You know what I'm saying? If I got to do something where I feel unappreciated, you know what I'm saying? At least I get paid for it, and that's why I work for the post office. Cause I was unappreciated. It was like, dang, y'all won't even pay me the way I need to be paid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so she's come in, and I'm gonna say outside in the sense of she don't have no skin in the game. She's not from Shelby County. Mm-hmm. She's not from Memphis, but she's come and embraced the city.
Yeah.
She's come and embraced the children of this city. She's come and embraced families. She's embraced the teachers of this city. And to your point, if you watch the whole thing, that when they pulled up receipts, when they pulled up the law, okay, well, she said it, but then when they pulled up, like, oh, okay, she ain't lying.
Yeah.
It's some validity in that. Now
This
y'all
is
looking
why she
real
did it.
stupid.
Yeah. Like, this is why she did this.
You see what I'm saying? Like you
So-
said, it's personal. It ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hate that because you got somebody, we bring in somebody good, and now when it may be time to renew her contract, she might not even want to stay.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because I just want, at the end of the day, we know this. If anybody's taking a superintendent job here in Memphis, at bare minimum, that's at least a 2 to 3 year job to get any leeway, to get something going on, to get some change going, right? So for you to even question or trying to terminate her, not even being 10 months yet, it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's fishy in it by itself. And so, like you said, the Memphis City school system is not, we're not new to this. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that's been going on for decades. You know what I mean? So it's like, if we're going to take nearly 2 or 3 years to actually go through a search and get her here, now we just going to take 9 or 10 months and try to remove her, basically based off feelings, basically
Because your
based
feelings
off,
hurt.
yeah, and based off you're not getting the cherry on top that you're used to now. You're not going to get as much overtime as you're used to doing for doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? She had to cut budget, because I saw before she got here, we were spending $6 million in overtime with Shelby County, school system, and in overtime in just a year's time. It's not over 2-3 years. In a year's time, you talking about 5.5 million or $6 million that's being.
And where the hell was that when I was
overtime.
teaching? Because I promise I ain't getting none of it.
Yeah, apparently it's a big thing, because they've been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of people, whether they're security guards, other people that do other little work, they get, do stuff. And somebody told me that people were on the clock for the Shelby County school system, but was working at Apple. They were working at other places while they're
So you
on the
get
clock.
paid twice.
Yeah, so they're on the clock working somewhere else, but getting paid for the music. Like, stuff like that was going on like that for a long time. And so, yes, she had to come in and do the unpopular thing, right? And so now somebody did, put some objectivity to it, say she could have came in and presented it better and, and did it that way. But what she did had to be done, right? So it's just like when Coach Cal left. Like, it's no easy way to say, I'm gone. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. And so I
would
think,
never support anything that you say about Coach Cal. Okay,
no,
I
I'm
feel you.
just, I'm with you. I didn't like him either. But what's it say? Time heals all wounds. For the most part, with me with Cal, I don't even think about him. But I just think that when it comes to this school board stuff, that
I feel.
shouldn't
I'm gonna give you a Boondocks reference.
Go ahead.
I feel about Coach Cal the way Thug Nifferson felt about Sarge or Gutter. Coach Cal can eat a dick.
Hey, I'm with you. I won't deny any of that. Oh yeah. But before we finish, salute to my boy Jay Hunt. He got his number retired last
Huzzle.
Friday. I thought I was gonna actually make it up there to C-Mont, but I didn't. But salute to Jay Hunt on that. But I do think when it comes to the school board stuff, to Dr. Fegans, she deserves a shot, deserves a chance. And the way it's looking, I'm not sure if she's going to get that chance. You know what I'm saying? The way they treating her, but we gonna get what we deserve. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and so we gonna see, bro. We gonna see.
Well, like I said, Dr. Fegans, you're on that plateau of those who can do no wrong. You're in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Where
is she from? Where is she from?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know.
I
Nigga,
just know it's
Chicago?
like, man, we ain't never had no superintendent that looked like that. Like I'd have been trying to be all scholastic accolades. But no, but she is somebody who is supremely qualified, and she has a heart for, again, an outsider, but came in, has a heart for this city, has a heart for the children of this city, has a heart for families in this city and in this community.
Yeah.
And I love the way she worded it in her when she wrote a statement out, and she said that something to the effect of like, we got to do better for the 901.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you talk like somebody that's from,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you act like you're from here when you say the 901.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that we, you know what I'm saying? We say, oh, we 901, or, you know, I'm from 38128, or I'm from 38106, or I'm from, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good feeling to know that somebody comes in and they're invested like that. And I just feel like anybody, whether it's in sport, and we talk about this all the time, if you're in sports and you're a coach, give that person some time.
Got to, man.
You know, if you're a politician and you say you're gonna do some things, okay, you know how many years you got.
4 years. Most of the time, you got 4 years.
Man, let me see something. Now, your first 6 months, I'm not gonna beat you up, but like now, you get to the end,
yeah,
and you ain't done nothing, then that's different. But like your first year, I'm not clowning you.
Yeah.
If you got 4 years, or if you're like, I forget what it is. Like certain positions, is like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Court justice is different. You that shit for life. So you really like, after a while, like, okay, now you better do something. But for somebody who came in from the outside and they come in balls to the wall, fully invested, I feel like we need to give them the time.
Got to, bro.
Because we've had enough shenanigans with people in the past, whether they be full superintendents or interims. And I like her spirit. You know, I like her heart. I mean, and I say of course, she's definitely attractive. I'm just being rag when I do that.
Yeah.
If she wasn't a physically attractive person, the intellect, the heart, the energy, the mentality that she possesses, that's compelling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I support that. And for somebody who was a former educator, you know, who spent, you know, like I spent 7 years in the classroom, 15 years total, whether it be coaching, counseling, teachers assist, like 15 years total, 7 of them in the classroom directly with the schools. And then that's not even counting the after school stuff I did, whether it be coaching or mentoring or Boys and Girls Club, over the after school program at the daycare. Like, I was invested within this city and within this community. And so to see somebody who comes in and does that, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, an opportunity to do what they're going to do. And so just from us, we support you, Dr. Fegans. Keep kicking ass, do what you do. Memphis, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't say we want better, and when better comes, then we start acting a fool because we don't like the package that comes in, or we don't like that we got to make some sacrifices. Like, let's do what we do to be better.
And it's not always going to be pretty, man. You know, I'm telling you, when it comes to stuff like that, the way the Shelby County school system been for years, you're going to have to go negative to get back into the positive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually. And so I just hope that, like I said, it ain't looking good now. The reports and stories I've been looking at is she put out a statement saying that she would not resign. The claims that they're saying are false. You know, so she's standing on that. She has a lawyer that is helping her out with all these claims and stuff like that. It just sucks, man. Because at the end of the day, it looks like a cat fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the men that are in the situation, you know, seem to be kind of hands off. The other dude, you know, he seemed pretty objective at the meeting. He was like, yeah, I get some of what they're saying, but she does not deserve to get terminated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's not saying that she's been perfect, but at the end of the day, when you're a leader, you're going to rub people the wrong way. You know what I mean? And so I just hope that, you know, she's somehow can continue her job. But then it's like, if she does continue, it's like it's going to be hard for her to do a job properly if the same people are on that board. You know what I mean? So it's just like, look, but at the end of the day, what we don't want is for the state to take over. Because let's say if we get rid of her, the board, the state may come in and be like, we got this.
Right.
Y'all not about to do another search for another 2 years. We're about to come in and we're about to make
Tell
decisions.
y'all how y'all gonna do what y'all do.
Right. And so that's why I was like, we gonna get what we deserve. And so I think people need to look at the long game and see that, okay, if we do let her go, not even a whole year yet, we're gonna looked at as dysfunctional, ratchet Memphis, just like everybody think we are anyway. And so they're gonna come in and try to save the day. and make certain decisions that they don't know nothing about the community. So, like I said, I'm with her. I'm hoping stuff get resolved, but you know, it sucks. It sucks right now. And
Big
so
facts.
we went well over 2 hours. We kind of knew that. I knew with the quickies, you know.
Oh yeah, no, we got it in. We had, like you said, we had a full session.
We had a whole.
What's
session.
crazy is we spent less time on the topics than we did on the quickies.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of knew
And
that.
hold up, did we do all the topics?
Yeah, we did. We did because it was where is it at? Yep, we had the George Taylor skip, FS1, the meta removing, fact checking, Tesla bomber, and the Board of Education.
Okay.
So we did all that.
I would say so. Now, like we kind of glossed over it, and I know we were kind of at the finish line.
Yep.
I just will say, so I shared a video. It was a video game, and it came out. I don't know if it was last year or the year before last, but one of the zones in the video game was called Hell A. Like instead of LA, Hell A.
Mm-hmm.
And they were showing the area of California where basically it was on fire. And the date on the map of the thing was January 25th, 2025.
Wow.
And so, like, I don't know if you saw in my stories I shared a couple of days ago, but the people who own, like, they own all of this.
The water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. The rinks, whatever it's called. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
They own, like, all this stuff, and so it's just not, it's so convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole story is crazy.
Now that, like, all this stuff is, and like I said, it's an old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, but if it smell like shit, check the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah, I saw Rizzo talk about that song. He had a whole thing
so,
about it.
I mean, hell, that's one reason why it took me so long to get over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure the twin's straight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, something smells diabolical. You know what I'm saying? They some, what is that, matzo meal or some weird goofy shit. But like, I mean, and so I'm like, okay, Debo, I'm like, okay, you good. But man, Chili, I mean, she's like, I'm smelled like, I had to wake her up and she screaming at her, like, shut up, stop that.
Yeah.
Man, check that diaper. And I'm talking about like, it was like that scene in Daddy Daycare when Eddie Murphy walked in the bathroom and he was looking like, how did it, like that's what that diaper looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, how did all of this come out of you?
Yeah. I get it. I see.
You know what I'm saying? And so like when you're white, you got girls, like when you're wiping a girl, you have to wipe differently than you wipe a boy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You wiping a boy, it don't even matter which direction you go. You just wipe it till it's clean. With a girl, you have to wipe down. Yeah, you can't wipe up. You got to wipe down because, bacteria and all that. Yeah. You got to wipe down. So it's like, but it was so much. I'm like, how in the hell, like, and so like I said, you smell shit. Somebody done boo-booed. Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is it looks suspect. They're using inmates to fight these fires. Mm-hmm. And you briefly spoke on how they cut the funding to the firefighters and they're having to use inmates. Yep. Who are only being paid $10.72 an hour.
In California, that's
nothing. You know what I'm saying? $10.72?
That's nothing.
But check this out. They're doing all this firefighting, but when they get out, they can't even get a job as a firefighter. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how fucked up the system is. You're fighting these fires to save other people's lives. You might have more experience than some actual firefighters, but when you get out of jail, you can't even get a job as a firefighter. Yep. So, I mean, again, like I said, I ain't want to go the deep dive because it's way deeper than that. But
yeah, it's a lot of deep dive.
I did want to just kind of touch on that because for those people who are in California and Arizona, the areas surrounding that are really affected by that, I don't want you all to think that we glossed over it or that we're not sensitive to what you all are dealing with. While we can't sympathize because we don't really deal with that in this part of the map, we can certainly empathize because we have family out there. And it was crazy because a few years ago, you found out you was friends on Facebook with some of my folks. You know what I'm saying? In California, like, them your people, like, yeah, oh, you know them, like. Yep. So we certainly got family out there. We got skin in the game. And so our prayers go out to all the families, and we got friends out there. And we certainly hope that this situation gets resolved quickly. But I just don't like it when they play with people's lives like they ain't real.
Yep. And unfortunately, that's what some of them do, man. Y'all, so anybody that's still with us, we appreciate y'all hanging with us. Anybody that's watching the replay, you know what I'm saying? We thank y'all. We're going to maybe chopping this stuff up, you know, so we can get some more content.
Oh, no, you're a whole chef the way you be chopping it up.
I mean, so, because it is a lot. But
no,
I actually
you're a whole chef.
I actually like going through the quickies kind of like we did, because, it was cool. We didn't chew on it. Some of the stuff we chewed on it. Some of the stuff we, let it go. So
no, I say that because we were talking about quickies, but like, man, I just feel like, and maybe this needs to be an episode. Maybe we need to get some other people on to talk about it. Like, I feel like, you remember how a few years ago they tried to do the death of the funeral for the N-word or whatever, which I ain't never stopping saying nigga. Like, it make my teeth white. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul Mooney said, I say nigga 100 times a day.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should officially bury and retire Paul's.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, I don't know if you've watched any Dame Dash interviews. Like, it's annoying to the point because he's saying, like, he says it so much to where sometimes I have to be like, well, what is he saying, Paul's? So, like, I wasn't even thinking. And then that's making me question, like, are you really gay?
Yeah.
And if you are, just say you're gay. I don't give a fuck. Like, you ain't sleeping with me.
Yeah.
But, like, niggas say it so much to the point, like, when it first came out, it was kind of funny. It's almost like that's what she said.
Right.
But, like, that's to get to the point, and what did it for me is I posted a video. I think it was when it was snowing or something like that, and I'm out in the snow. And my first cousin, our dads are brothers. We blood. Joseph's brother, my cousin Jack. And he was like, I love you because of Paul's. I said, nigga, if my own family can't tell me that you love me because you got the fucking pause, this shit got to die. Okay? Like, I can say, nigga, I love Jamal Brown. If your ass thought something gay, that's because your ass is gay. If I tell JB I love you, JB don't think nothing gay.
No.
Because you know what we've been through. You know how we rock and how our families rock and how your dad loved me and how my dad loves you, and how when I was at the lowest point in my life, y'all was there to help me get through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I say that ain't on no gay shit, that's on some, and again, no offense to anybody that's that way. What I mean is, we understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I know guys who are homosexual. I work with guys who are homosexual. I ain't never heard them say pause. And I ain't never had to say pause around them because they never thought anything that I said was gay.
No.
Yep. And it ain't nothing like we sit up and have a whole conversation. Like, we talk about life and everything else like it's nothing. If anything, if I disagree in the way, me being a follower of the way, if anything, I'm supposed to be a light. I can't be a light trying to hide. But like all this goofy ass, like I can't tell my own brother, my own cousin. I got to pause. Like you got two brothers. You can't tell your brothers you love them without pausing.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like me and my nephew, little Tommy. Most of the time, every time I speak to him, he said to me now, just like, I love you, Aunt. I said, I love you too now. Like, it's. I would check him if he said anything about a pause. In that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's love. It's like it's not even a remote thought that comes into my mind to think, some little fun, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
man, like when man, Nova hit me up. Shout out to Trill Nova, and when y'all hear that, keep it presidential. That's who says it. Shout out to Trill Nova.
Salute.
He texted me a verse that I had did, and he's like, man, that was one of my favorite verses from you. And I said, man, I appreciate it. I said, man, I love you, man. He said, I love you too, fam. Wasn't no pausing.
Yeah.
Man, Iceman, he commented, Mo Kicks and Bruce Lee. Mm-hmm. He commented on one of our videos where I think we had Pastor Mike on. And he had left like a comment, and it was about me directly. I texted him and talked, man, you know what? I saw the comment you put. I just want you to know that really blessed me. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Like I knew, but I really didn't know that that's the way you viewed me and you revered me, and that blessed me. I appreciate, man, I love you. Like, man, I love you too, but what no pause?
You know. Yeah, we definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like
that.
that to me that's kind of that's stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Like now if you say some goofy like tone and context is important.
Yeah.
If you be like, oh bro, man, we grilling over here, and I'd be like, ooh, JB, you know how I love meat. Okay, you know what? But even then, ain't no pausing. That was real zesty.
Yeah, very.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that sometimes when we're talking about certain things, it's exhausting trying to listen to certain conversations or have conversations with certain people, and then you're saying something, somebody telling you to pause. Hey, bro, pause. So like, instead of listening to the wisdom and advice I'm giving, you heard something that triggered something which in you to think some gay stuff.
Yeah,
we
got to come back.
I feel like we definitely need to. Maybe we need to have some guys who are a couple of years younger than us because maybe they got a different perspective or insight.
Possibly,
you know,
maybe we do that. But y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset
and most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.
All right, let's go. I need to get in the bed. Golly. No, I said I need to get in the bed. Sleep this off.